There we go. Oh, wow. Anyway, what's up, everybody? How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today's a little bit special. We have a special sponsored stream by Ro16. So we are very excited about that. We are hoping that we will prove our worthiness to a new sponsor. Also, let me ump these lamps actually a little bit. There we go. Already production value through the roof. Anyway, in case you wanted to see Rushy today, unfortunately he couldn't make it, so we're gonna have to wait and well, we're gonna have to do it with me in the driver's seat today. What we'll be doing basically is we're gonna have a ton of StarCraft 2 as is per usual. A best of 3 between, I believe it's Innovation and Nice first and foremost. Let me see, Innovation is already in the party. Yeah, alright, so that's looking good. They're doing their vetoes right now. If you want, I could talk you through the vetoes, or I could kind of talk about whatever the hell I want as well. We'll just kind of mix it in here and there. So apparently Nice is banning Golden Wall and Submarine, Innovation banning Everdream, and now looking to ban something else. Well, that's kind of what's happening. Update with that. But yeah, we're starting off with the StarCraft 2s. 5 best of 3s in total. Should always be good. GSL format style. And then afterwards, we're going to go with some Raid Shadow Legends as well. And you know what? We hope that you would support us as well. Just kind of use the command exclamation mark raid. And that should give you all the tools you need if you want to download it. And just play it for a little bit. You know what? Just try it out for us. See if you like it or you don't. That would be great. That would help us out a ton. It's free to play. The graphics looks pretty amazing. Gameplay is simple and super fun. And you know what? They have like over 400 champions to collect and customize. Which means, you know what? You find StarCraft 2 with 3 races a lot. Well, I mean, Raid Shadow Legends really outshining there. Making 14 new champions each and every month as well. So yeah, go check that out, honestly. I'm very excited about it, honestly. I'm hoping that we'll get the ball rolling, basically, to, you know what, just mostly to be sponsored by a video game, when most of our stuff is about video games, of course, is pretty darn nice. Red Marine, what's up, man? You seem very excited. Or maybe a little bit intoxicated, who knows, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so what else do we have going on here? Pillars of Pillars of Golden, right? Pillars of Gold, that's the one. Also being vetoed by Innovation, then Nice picking Eternal Empire, and Innovation going for Ice and Chrome as the second map pick, and then afterwards we're left with... What are we left with? I think it's Death Aura, right? Yeah, Death Aura going to be the third map if we do get in that situation. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Innovation are very, very tough opponents. Nice, the Protoss player that he has going up against him. I mean, he's a little bit of a special one here and there, if I do say so myself. Mostly because he is of the Taiwanese origin. Not saying that those are special people, but more so that they... Usually, I'm used to seeing some special type of StarCraft 2 coming from that region. Now, that may just be Haas kind of painting the picture for me, right, overall. And then people trying to imitate Haas, who really does have his own playstyle. Nice, to be fair, he has kind of gone out of that mold here and there and has been playing a little bit more standard, a little bit more meta-slaved. So we're hoping that he will bring some good games here to Innovation, and honestly, I'm personally hoping that he will bring the inspiration from Haas into this best of 3 as well, because that would be, you know what, that would be pretty darn entertaining in my opinion. But yeah, if you're not into that type of stuff, then you know what, Nice is a safer bet than for example Haas. Although, you know what, Haas also actually has been doing a little bit more of the regular stuff as well. Rude. Well, who cares? Who cares? Could be a lot worse, guys. It could be a lot worse. I think he's just excited. He's just happy to have a stream going. And he probably misses Rushy a ton, so... That's probably the case. Anyway, We're in the first lobby. We're waiting for it to just start, you know, and Nice both saying that they are ready to go. Just the Benta code. That's right. It's just the Benta. Is it the first game? Yes, indeed, it is the first game. Right now, we are starting off with game number 1, Innovation versus Nice, where we still need to put them in the right spots here in the lobby, and then we should be good. He was baiting. Ah, it didn't work. Unlucky. Unlucky. I don't think that was necessary, Sun Lily. I don't think that was necessary. But whatever. Just what is that? 60 seconds? That's like 10 minutes. That's a 10-minute timeout. Alright. Alright. We'll make do with that. We'll make do with that. No problem. Alright. I just want this game to start, honestly. I'm very, very enthusiastic to see what is gonna happen here with Nice and what kind of strategies he wants to bring to the table. Ah, sorry, I was that. It's okay, it's okay. Unless, you know, it's having a really bad day. Nice and massive underdog here. Yeah, I would agree with that one. Bitterwood. Honestly, Nice does feel like the underdog. Not only because, you know what, Innovation, one of the top dogs of the Terran race, right? Absolutely top 3, top 5. By bare minimum, people would place him. And then we have Nice. Not somebody you would really put in the top 5 of Protoss necessarily. Maybe top... Where could you put Nice, honestly? I think he's capable of beating Innovation in a game or two, but it's going to be difficult. Like I said, not only Innovation top class, but also TVP might even be his best matchup, right? Scarily enough, a lot of Terran players struggling in the TVP matchup, especially late game. Innovation finds the best way to just kind of force himself out of that scenario where he doesn't have the trouble of just... having to play that late game. He finds a way in the mid game to the early game. Anyway, here he is, the red Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. Here we go. Nice. The odd one out. Perhaps he's the Taiwanese Protoss in the blue colors. Alpha X. He is Nice. I believe it's the only non-Korean actually right now in this group at least. Let me take a quick glance at the rest of the brackets actually as well. Oh, we have Time as well. So it's Nice and Time. Those are the 2 non-Koreans in this entire tournament. I know that it's quite difficult to get foreigners into these types of matches, of course. We always try to keep a latency issue to a minimum, so we prefer to have people just all from the same region. Sometimes, you know what, we try to also kind of move that line to where we find it acceptable, because, you know what, it's quite a lot of hype to see Europeans versus Americans, or Americans versus Koreans, and stuff like that, you know? Always adds a ton of extra, a little bit of extra story in there, if you feel me, in that sense. Gets the blood pumping. It's not only 2 players fighting against each other, they are representing their entire region, which, you know what, overall just adds a lot of excitement. You say 69? Alright, that's nice. That is nice. Small little bit of delay here. Huh. Couple of stutters here and there. Sometimes that does occur here, unfortunately, on the Korean server. I'm not dropping any frames, so it's not on that part. Anyway, we'll hope that it gets sorted out. And anyway, if you were wondering where that here and there little stutter is coming from, that is the reason. It's because on my European wanky wanky internet is trying to connect to the Korean Supreme internet, of course. There's a Stargate over here. Being proxied right now. Innovation, though. Where is he going? Is he going to proxy a starport as well? It could very well be the case. We're seeing a reactor here right next to that factory. He's flying it over. Yeah, I believe this will be a Hellion drop going into that main base very quickly. Now, the great thing for Innovation is that is a very strong build indeed, and Nice won't have that much in the way, shape, or form of defense, since, well, he's building a proxy Stargate. The counter argument would be that Innovation doesn't have that much to defend against a proxy Stargate because, well, he's going for the proxy starports. So this could just be kind of a race and overall crisis management, trying to compete here against one another to see who will be able to deal, first and foremost, the most damage, of course, to their opponent, but then also who will be able to mitigate the amount of damage that they take in their own base. As you can see already, two Hellions will be spotted out here by Nice, and actually the other Hellion here, the other two already in the main base right now, also starting up the aggression. A little bit interesting to see this. We still have a medevac on the way as well. I'm kind of wondering what that is about. Seeing how Innovation already sending in those Hellions by the ground. You may want to consider doing that with the other two as well, and then he could have just built a Liberator or a Banshee perhaps, but anyway, forget all about that. He is still going for the medevac here, and will still have a good chunk of Hellions, right? 4 Hellions available right now to come in here. How many drones did we get? Sorry, drones. 4 probes, 8 SCVs. Probably will be a couple of more here coming in to take some pain, and yes, it was the right choice, since Nice did make a full wall of it to try and stop this from happening again. But these 4 Hellions, of course, that could be absolutely painful, as well can be. The Oracles as well, though, still providing a lot of DPS on top of those SCVs right now. Alright, looks like things are settling down. 11 probes versus 11 SCVs. That's kind of interesting. Probably the Hellions still a bit more capable of trying to deal more damage here. But, well, not like that, at least. That's not going to be a helpful thing. Oh my. That was a real Phoenix, guys. That was that was nothing new. Oh, Liberator as well. Actually, the Liberator gaining 6 more kills here right now. And that ramps it up to 17 to 11. So, you know what? Nice. He went in with another Phoenix, and Innovation going in with a Liberator. The Liberator just proving to be a bit more efficient at killing things rather than the Phoenix. Oh, is he gonna lose another Oracle here? Alright, well, at least he got 2 of those Widowmines. That is nice, but what's not nice is that, of course, our Protoss compatriots over here having a couple of difficulties with holding off those the Liberator harassment as well. More Hellions. Oh, that oh, that was a clutch pull there. Being able to escape. We still have more Phoenixes on the way as well. So 2 Phoenix, a 3rd one coming in. It should help out against any type of aggression coming out of Innovation, of course. Not only drops, but also in case there's going to be Widowmines or Siege Tanks in a later on attack, which is very common for Innovation. Those will definitely help out a ton. Being able to... well, it depends on whether or not they get the lifts up, of course, but should be pretty good. Oh, lands the starports here. Interesting. Huh. I guess 2 Adepts do less damage than 3 Phoenixes overall. Fair enough. Probably won't save it, but still has it around. Would like to see a 2nd starport coming up here for Innovation. Most likely will require that one quite soon. Oh, off he goes again. Right? You're not going to save this, right? You shouldn't be able to save this. That'd be crazy. The Phoenixes weren't shooting there for a while, though, and now the Phoenix is actually moving away as well. Am I missing something here? Why is he moving away? Very curious, honestly. Was not expecting that. Now, because of this, actually, the starports looks like it will survive here. Maybe he was hoping... Oh, no, actually, the Oracle... Oh, that Oracle. Coming in with a final rebuttal. The the Encore came in, and there, the green power beam of death. Being able to clean up that starport right there. Unfortunate Innovation. Innovation behind this. We're not seeing a third base. We're not seeing any extra barracks either yet being added in here. So I'm kind of curious what he's planning to do. Usually, if he does try to do the 2-base aggression, he would love to have 1 or 2 medefacts at least, right? It feels like a bare minimum to really get that going. And, well, if he gets that going, then he just needs something to pick stuff up with, right? Whether it be the siege tanks or the marinas or anything in between. Heal up so he can actually use Timpack. That is also very important to do. Ooh, careful! Careful! 2 phoenixes, I think. No, wait, actually, we lost another phoenix earlier on. Okay, well, there we go. 2 phoenixes now. Just going down in a short period of time. Innovation realizing that's a weird place that phoenix came from. Let me check if there is actually a starport in this vicinity, and a great sense over there. What in the world are we seeing here? Just a mass amount of charge slots right now. The siege tanks, they're not siege. The Widowmine, let's see how the Widowmine does. The Widowmine does a little bit of friendly fire as well. All the siege tanks up in the sky. Nice here. Completely prepared for this attack and is shutting it down entirely. Even with Innovation delaying that third base for so long, the attack was just so delayed due to the starport having to move all the way across the field here and then being picked off as well at a later point in time. And now, nice, all of a sudden with a 50 army supply versus 30 army supply lead in front of the door of Innovation. He's coming knocking. Let's see if he can knock Innovation out in game 1. It's gonna be pretty, I don't know, I think he should be able to do this, right? There's only 2 siege tanks, he can just pick those up, and the Zealots then should be enough to clean up the rest here. As if he's being pulled off the line, the Archon really making short work of those. And even if this isn't going to be GG right now, if somehow Innovation still barely manages to hold on, this is so much damage that he's taking right now. Oh my dear lord, 22 workers gone, and GG is called. Nice taking game number 1. Oh boy! Oh boy! Maybe nice gaining some superpowers here from joining a new team, the Alpha X squad, showing a quite a nice overall counter-attack there, right? He was just completely ready. It was like almost as if Nice really prepped for this overall battle. And that might be the one thing that Nice could bring to the table here, right? Over Innovation. Innovation is win percentage versus Protoss. Absolutely insanity. Just overall his mechanics, top Terran, whatever you can name. Just overall his previous victories. He should have the upper hand. But the one thing here that we saw from Nice, what it felt like was just very meticulous overall realizing, planning, I would say. Kind of seeing something very, very similar for Innovation a lot of the time, and now just Nice coming up with a perfect way to counter that with a lot of Zealots, the Archon as well, and you know what, that in combination with delaying the attack for so long, very well played indeed. Hats off to Nice there, taking game number 1. We're going to be seeing another game coming up here, of course. Game number 2. On Ice and Chrome. This is the map choice of Innovation. It's a big map, so I'm wondering if we're going to see Innovation actually trying to take this into a later part due to the largeness of this map. Or if he's just going to stick to his 2-base timing attacks and then potentially have it even further delayed due to, you know what, having to move a longer distance. We're going to have to wait and see. Anyway, yeah, Motrip 99 checking out the raid over there. Yeah, if you would be so kind, you know what, just play a little bit of a game while you're watching the game. It's as easy as that, and you help out StarCraft 2 as well by playing a video game. How cool is that? Honestly. Yeah. You know what, so go check it out. Try to play the tutorial at least, right? Just to get a good feel of what the game is about. And we are super stoked to have the opportunity that they are working with us, and we're hoping to bring them a good fortune as well. Anyway, here we go. In the top right side, there is a Red Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is the Korean in this matchup. He is Innovation. the upper dog right now. But not quite working out just yet. Just by name. So far, not in the game yet. Anyway, the bottom left side, we have the blue Protoss, the new, newly acquired member for Team Alpha X. He is none other than the Taiwanese. Man, he is nice. Taking control of the entire Taiwanese scene. Continuously struggling for the #1 place versus Haas here. And now he's fighting against a Terran player who's struggling for the #1 place pretty much as well. But then in the Korean scene, which, you know what, kind of puts him on the for the #1 spot of the overall world scene. Blah, 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 blah. Talking. Talking is a funny thing, isn't it? Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Anyway. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. A little bit of harassment here from this probe. Always nice to see. You gotta put that APM somewhere, right? Gotta keep him busy. Innovation once again moving across the field here. Wants to check out what is happening here with the Protoss space. We do see a lot of the infrastructure being put into the main base right now. So no walling off here for nice just quite yet. Okay, there we go. That's the pylon. I mean, we did see the Hellions tech tree for innovation the previous time around, and I would say that would be a good idea in this scenario as well, because, well, like I said before, the map is really big, so the quicker your units, the better your, well, the more advantage you get from those units being quicker, right? Because if your units are quicker, but the map is really tiny, then it doesn't matter too much overall. I guess percentage-wise, you still get there at a quicker time, but you know what, the percentage-wise there's no difference. But overall, if you enlarge the distance that they have to walk, the overall timing difference will quite drastically change, right? So instead of arriving 3 to 5 seconds later, suddenly you arrive 10 to 12 seconds later, or something like that, right? I'm not saying any of the specific numbers here, of course, because I have no idea, but overall, that is how math should work, unless if I've been lied to, Mr. Herman. Sorry, that's used to be my math teacher. He was a trickster. Anyway, he's probably not watching, luckily for me. We do have another Stargate attack this time around in the main base here for Nice. He probably won't take any damage so far. Actually, he doesn't have a shield battery in his natural base. Run that probe away. Okay, we'll lose one. That's about it, right? Shouldn't lose anything else. Picks up the Reaper. That's always nice. There we go. That's shut down. No problem whatsoever. Another Adept over here trying to figure out what is happening. Letting the Shade finish. Maybe that was because he was busy with the Reaper, but it did allow him to gain a little bit more vision rather than just having the Shade there. And then afterwards, going for the recall. Yeah, it's a little bit of extra energy invested, right? But nonetheless. Oh my god, how did he know? Oh, well, he didn't know. Alright. Oh, he might go down with this. Oh, 2 HP on that Phoenix. Are you kidding me? That's an unfortunate turn of events there for innovation. But just one of the luckiest breaks I've ever seen for a Phoenix there. So you need to shoot it 3 times with a Marine before it gets one shot with a Widowmine. To date, we've learned, and we've gotten better at StarCraft 2. And innovation as well, actually. Not even going to attempt the 2-base timing attack here, or at least not as quickly as he did before. Going for the 3rd base first and foremost here. Right off the bat. Even quicker than Nice is doing right now. I think this is a great showing of why innovation is so good, of course. Already immediately turning everything around, being like, alright, well, you're very well prepped against the early attacks, so let me just not do that exact same thing again. And just take it into the macro game, where theoretically, me being most likely the better macro player should have the advantage. Will that be the case, though? I don't know. It very well could be. Right? We all thought it at the start of this series. Innovation probably should take this one, but only 1 game removed from victory, and the next one is going to be Def Aura as well. That's a group stage? What do you mean? For what's happening here? Oh, thank you, Curie. for downloading Rage. So why am I saying it like that? Raid Shadow Legends. Much appreciated. I hope you have some fun with it, and I appreciate you using our referral link. That is very nice of you, and awesome stuff, man. Alright, here we go. It's really Kozen, that's right. It's me. Surprise, surprise. Alright, anyway, that third base now already flying over, of course. The Phoenixes are grown to a pretty low, well, actually only 5 now. How many did lose? It's only 1, so, man, they're kind of getting to the number where they will be able to pick off some Cyclone here and there rather quickly. Maybe a Viking, if it does get a little bit out of position. But innovation on top of things. Having those Marines already there as well as a way to support and keeps his Cyclone safe. Keeping the powder dry. I'm trying to figure out how I should have set that, actually. Keeping the powder dry, that's basically a saying like, that you use instead of... I didn't use it correctly there. I know that, but... I know that for a fact, but anyway. Anyway. Regardless of all of that, we'll just skip it for now. It's like prematurely using something, right? Is it actually that? I'm not quite sure anymore. I'm doubting myself all of a sudden. It may not be. Anyway, focusing on the game. There is a Colossus, and there is a ton of gateways right now on the way, as well as the charge upgrade. Nothing much else so far in the way, shape, or form of upgrades here for Nice. He's getting himself a +1 attack, which is about halfway done, so needs to wait for the charge as well, and they will finish up around the same time. Innovation, though, it looks like he will start that +2 around now, and there it is. There we go. Don't just want a +2. You want a +2/+2. That's the real deal. It's nice in GSL. I don't think he is right now, because there's only like 2 people remaining, so I don't think he's one of those. He tries to, probably. Yeah, I think he does try to qualify. I'm not quite sure if he did, though. That was before the Alpha X time. He is from Taiwan, so yeah, it might be difficult for him to join, actually. He might try for GSL Season 3. Alright, nice. That's always good to hear. Alright. Innovation already going up for that 4th base, so really we are seeing a complete turnaround from game number 1 here from Innovation. Entirely focused on the macro right now. Doesn't want to skip a beat here. And as long as he sits back, makes an enormously powerful army, which he is doing, right? He's getting the Vikings, the siege tanks. He's still producing siege tanks at the 9-minute mark. Don't always see that. Sometimes you have the Terrans kind of switching it up and going for Widow Mines instead for a, you know, a little bit more mobility, I would like to say. Is there going to be a 3rd season of GSL this year? Yeah, there should be. There should be. Alright. Innovation. Gonna grab himself the watchtower here. War Prism speed also going to be a thing here. And actually, we're seeing 2 War Prisms. Why have 1 when you can have 2? Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. The one thing I'm a little bit frightful of for Nice, that is that Innovation, he's just growing so rapidly right now. Looking at the army supply, he's about to hit max supply here. Then he's going to start making that bank and already has quite a big advantage here. Nice will have to at least win 1 fight here pretty decisively to really, you know what, overall kind of get rid of that initial advantage that Innovation has set up for himself here. Oh yeah, that's right. Creighton will actually be able to cast the qualifying matches, so that's really cool to see. Awesome, awesome stuff for him. And you know what? Whoa, wait a moment, guys. What is this? Oh, don't want to get spotted by that cyclone. Wow, I mean, I'm seeing this correctly, right? This is 3 actual war prisms. This is 3 actual war prisms right now on the top side of this map. Why are there 3 of them? There's nothing in there either, so it's not like he's trying to just drop a ton of stuff. Oh, it got spotted. Innovation must be thinking, right? Oh, those are hallucinations. No way that's real. But anyway, oh my dear lord, that's a massive armada of siege tanks actually. And still, so much bio over here on the left side of the map. Being able to annihilate a Nexus just like that. What happened to those warp prisms actually? Where did they go? Okay, so one of them died. 2 of them still remaining here in the top side, right side of the map. That is very interesting. You will never have enough turrets if you are up against 3 war prisms. Oh my god, that was close. Oh, the Phoenixes are still coming in. Come on, you little fellas. There we go. This is 1 Phoenix. That's fine. That's fine. That's a moral victory in my book. But yeah, that was absolutely terrifying. Innovation just sending out the perfect amount of units right there across the field. Why is he using 2 war prisms? I thought like he's gonna keep 1 safe tucked away in the corner, and then just use one of them here. So when Innovation does shut it down, he still has another one for a later point in time, but not going to be the Widow Mine. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the war prisms here. Yep, alright. Well, that was a fun little thing, right? That was a cutesy little move. There we go. Archons and Colossus Zealots. Disruptors. The ultimate force for the Protoss. Almost there, of course, if we have that fleet beacon and some carriers mixed in as well. We might have a couple too many Vikings here overall, but those EMPs actually killing off those Archons so incredibly quickly. The Disruptors also being targeted down. This is getting rather close, but we can't have a close fight here for nice anyway. And honestly, you know what? Seeing what's left here, didn't feel that close anymore, did it? Those siege tanks just absolutely obliterating the Zealots and the low HP Archons after all of those EMPs. I mean, Archons, they are incredibly beefy, but that's really the main thing they bring to the table. If all of that beef gets just EMP'd into the ground, you don't have that much left anymore in the power for those Archons. You're better off, I'd say, with just having a ton of Zealots right here. We was kind of seeing Zealots trying to make this work, but with those Vikings as well in behind and the initial DPS from the EMP and the siege tank splash, it looks like those Zealots were no match for Innovation. His force here. The Disruptors really not getting the greatest connections either. Continuously, the siege tank shooting that one down very quickly here. Disruptor, I mean, that would have been nice, but GG is gold. GG. He F2 to Prism's home. Did he? I see. Well, to be fair, I mean, he really did need everything he had at that situation just to win that game still. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Alright, let me quickly try this, guys. Alright, no, we're good. We're good. Apology if anybody got an ad through there. I'm gonna have to readjust it a little bit for the Twitch. For the Twitch. Alright, we're 1-1 right now, so we're going into game number 3. And let me take a look on the overall bracket still. I mean, after this one, we will have Bunny versus Rogue. I'm very much looking forward to seeing Bunny versus Rogue. I think Bunny, a very, very stellar player and always continuously improving. And I'm a big Bunny fan overall. I'm not quite sure if he can beat Rogue. But I think it could be a pretty darn cool series overall. And if Innovation wins this one, of course, we may have... Oh, dear lord, the wind is causing the green screen to go out of here. Hold up, guys. Oh, God, it's on both sides now. Oh, no. I'm surrounded. Quick. No. Reality. Stay out of here. No. All right, it's fine. I'm going to try not Not to panic too much about it. Alright. So yeah. Here we go. Game number 3. Let's hit it up. Let's hit it up. Twitcher. Switch it up. Here we go. In the top left side, a red German man. He is fighting for Kaisi Gaming, and he is Innovation. Bottom right side, the Alpha Axer himself, the Taiwanese menace of this bracket. Can he get himself out of here? It's gonna be a really, really close one if he will be able to do it, but you know what? We've seen some promising things already off of him. Gaining the upper hand in game number 1 with some very, very nice strategy. The second game, though, I felt like he was kind of starting to do the same thing. And then it just was out of sheer competence of Innovation, being able to adjust his play and turning it all upside down, going for the late game. Anyway, I still haven't said his name. His name is Nice. Proxy Robo into 3 War Prisms. A man can only hope. 2-pack hologram. A man can only hope. With the Proxy Robo into 3 War Prisms, I mean... Oh, that gets my blood flowing. That gets the old ticket going. 6 War... Oh my dear lord! Oh god, that would be amazing. Imagine 6 War Prisms with 6 Colossi in there as well. Ready to just drop 6 Colossi. Oh, that'd be good. That would be good. But that's, you know what, that's the magic of Nice, right? Just that little bit of extra flair, because he is from the Taiwanese scene, which has its own stuff going for it all the time, right? It's a little bit similar to the Chinese scene, who also is a little bit more excluded, it feels like, to the rest of the world. We don't get to see so much from them, and we don't get that many interactive moments where Koreans or Europeans, Americans, they try to, you know, go up against the Chinese players. Now, we don't have that many anyway, right, that are competing on the highest level. We have time overall, and I mean, there's probably some other ones that I'm forgetting right now, but that's really the one that is the main thing that I can think of. Scorpio, thank you for the follow there. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the StarCraft 2. There's very few Chinese players among the top players. That's right, that's right. That's why all the Chinese teams are like recruiting non-Chinese players, really. Oh, Bose 75 as well. Thank you, my man. Welcome, welcome. Twilight Council on the way here. So far it's pretty standard stuff out of Innovation. Going for a single Hellion here. I'm wondering if that's going to be just a single one, since he, you know, he's not a reactoring or anything. Yeah. Okay, just the one will be going for the scouts right now. Nice. What is... Okay, well, we'll come back to that later on. We'll come back to that later on. We'll let it be a little bit more of a surprise. You only think of time at the moment. That's right, that's right. I know there were like other Chinese players that seemed like they could suddenly take the world by storm. Suddenly take like a top seed, like of the top dogs of the Koreans. And then suddenly they just kind of disappeared, in a sense. That Stalker really needs to get his eyes checked. That was not a good minute. Yeah, there he is. He's like, oh wait, hold up. What's that? Was that a probe or was that something else? Oh dear lord, it was a Hellion. Alright, well. Oof. Oof. Okay, second Stalker coming up as well. This is not what you expect to happen with, like, a single Hellion coming in here. Oh, the Widow Mine. Oh, the Widow Mine. That Proxy Robo would have come in handy right now. Oh, Innovation's going to be able to get the Scout off on this gateway here as well. Immediately drops on top of it with the Widow Mine. Oh god, that is disgusting. I like that. Nice. Used the probe to set off that Widow Mine, but I don't think he's even going to be able to get it there, unfortunately. And now it looks like he's going to lose this pylon as well before... Okay, no, those Stalkers just in the nick of time. The gateway is gone. That's rough. That is quite rough indeed. He does have Blink available though, so he's not going to lose any of the Stalkers. Just a little bit of hull damage here and there. But yeah, this attack obviously, I'm not sure if it is a complete attack. How many gateways are we on right now? How many gateways? Gateways, this is the button for gateways. It's 4, so it's not that much of a massive commitment. It would have been nice, right? If nice, man, I need to stop saying nice. Anyway, it would have been good for nice if he would have been able to get some stuff done here, but it's not the end of the world. The Blink Stalker is still going to be able to do quite a bit here with the against the Banshee as well. Ooh, nearly. Oh my god, he again doesn't get the Widow Mine here. Oh, it reset because, and then, you know what, it becomes invisible again. Very, very unfortunate. The gateway is repowered. We do have observers on the way, but it's going to take a little bit before they are actually across the map here. And a little bit of a stalemate. We have innovation adding in barracks number 2 and 3. This is going to be the moment in time where we get to see whether or not he wants to go for more barracks and really commit to this 2-base attack again, or if he does get himself a 3rd base, because, well, we'll have to wait and see. Alright, there is the 3rd base. Most likely still will be that 2-base timing attack, of course, though. He's still gonna make a reactor, so he may even consider doing this without the Medivacs. Although, seeing these Banshees move out, I'm expecting him to try and deal some initial damage with the Banshees. Try to lure these Stalkers back from the front door into the Proto space overall. And then go for the push, which should be around the time when these 2 Medivacs are coming in. Unless if these Banshees really walk all the way around, then it might be a little bit slower than that. Nah, it should be around that time, right? It feels like that should time out well. So overall, nice gonna have to move those Stalkers backwards and start prepping for this attack. What does he have to try and defend against this attack? Let's take a look at that as well, of course. Attack wise, we have only the Twilight Council, High Templar Archives on the way. There come the Banshees. And how many gateways? 8 gateways. That's a solid amount, alright? So he should be able to start prepping up more defenses. He already has charge unlocked as well, so that should be wonderful. Being able to just thwart those 2 Banshees with the 2 Stalkers at home, massive plus as well, right? If he had to recall all these Stalkers, he would be in the dark. Suddenly, not that much information anymore, except for this Observer, I suppose. But, alright, so he wouldn't be able to... He would be able to see this, but he wouldn't be able to actually pick off units, see where he goes, right? We need to use those Stalkers mainly to kind of keep tabs on that army here. I guess you could do a little bit with that, with the Observer as well, so might be a little bit more of a mute point. But the Observer more prone to just be scanned and taken out, rather than these Stalkers. There we go. Already a medevac. Easy pickings. He's playing it safe though. Will move as far backwards as he needs to. Innovation, remembering that there is a gateway here, so we'll send a couple of Marines there, try to pick that off. And actually, this little warping of Zealots here, forcing Innovation backwards. He may not go for any type of attack now because of this. After already being scouted and then being delayed as well. He may just think to himself, you know what, I'm just gonna stick here right now, be on that 3rd base, and continue to macro onwards. I mean, I don't fault him for this, because, you know what, the one game that he did lose was because he did go for an attack, which Nice had anticipated, so this may just be the safer bet for Innovation. Alright, robotics facility, and another robotics facility. I should have said robotics bay. On the way. It's nice not letting time pass by. without getting himself the tech that he would need to get rid of this. We're seeing Immortals as well, actually, being produced right now. We have 3 Immortals. That was something we were missing in that previous army composition, right? All those Archons, again, feeling a little bit like he was anticipating an earlier attack without all the late-game technology already being available for innovation, I would say. So I'm loving the adjustments we're seeing here from Nice. Not really making any Archons right now. He has High Templar in the War Prism. He's making the Immortals going to be so much beefier against the army composition we saw from, the previous time. With all of those siege tanks, of course. And innovation, again, a little bit reminiscent here of game number 2. Going for big attacks here on the sides. As, Nice is moving out with his force out and about on the map. Not quite in front of Innovation siege tank line though. And still rather out of position too. He was trying to find these drops coming in, but couldn't really find them. And now he's just out of position entirely. Losing 1 Nexus right now on that 3rd base. And oi, 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 oi. The storm drops will be able to kind of clean this up a little bit here. But you need more than just storms to really stop this from dealing a lot of damage. And oh my dear lord, 30 workers just like that in the blink of an eye. Absolutely obliterated, and Nice has to tap out. He knows that that was gonna be it, and unfortunately it was. I don't think Nice can last in a long game is what Bitterwood is saying, and you know what, that very well may be the case. Valiant effort though, that for Nice, trying his best against Innovation. And, you know what, overall, that first game, very impressed with him there. Unfortunately, couldn't pull it through up until the end. Sentia Via, thank you for the follow as well. And we're gonna let the new players come in here and do the vetoes. Alright. Bunny and Rogue, of course, on the way right now. Alright. And guys, if you just came in here, we have a new sponsor for ITaX. If you want to support ITaX and you don't have that much money to donate or to sub or whatever, there's a new, very easy way to support us in a very substantial way that we would incredibly appreciate. It's by playing a video game. Have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends? It is a free-to-play game with pretty darn good graphics as well. The gameplay is very simple and super fun. You can build a team and claim glory in PvP and the campaign. 400 champions in total to collect and customize, and 14 new champions being added every single month. They have a rewards progression system as well, which allows you to continuously move forwards, of course, unlock new things. And it's the top 3 RPG game on mobile right now with 15 million downloads. So if you want to help us out, that's going to be the best way to do it. So just play a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to be doing it later on as well. Just I'm going to be joining you guys. We're going to be seeing what all the hubbub is about, and try out to unlock some awesome stuff in that game, of course. But yeah, never before has it been this easy to download and support support ITaX. All right, stay away from us. Reality, was it here? It was this side, wasn't it? Man, you know what? With it wiggling around like that, I only now realized how nicely, tightly packed my overall green screen is. Actually, how well overall measured out it is. All right. Anyway, we're already in the first game here in the lobby. We're just kind of waiting for everything to set up. Merging with the Twilight Zone. That's right. I think it's overall just because my green screen, it's not perfectly green. I think that's the case. And that's because well, the overall how would you call this? How neatly it listens to whether or not it filters out stuff from my shirt as well is very, very close. You can already see a little bit of green as well in this corner right here, a little bit, like coming up now and again. It's because I'm in the middle of green screening out this green color and the other stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. Man, this is... Could I fix this very quickly in some way? Let me try to. We're already in the lobby. I don't need to do anything else, so... Give me a second, guys. Give me a second here. Let me do this as well, actually. You know what? While I'm trying to fix this, let me do a thingamajig for our sponsor of today. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Be right back, guys. Be right back. Hope this is the right screen. It's not. Oh, God. Why does this always change? There we go. All right.
Get ready to raid. Explore and fight. Choose your champions. Defeat bosses. Win PvP battles. Raid Shadow Legends.
There we go. There we go. Alright. I hope it's a bit better now. I have like a metal bar on the bottom to try and like flatten it out. And I think it should wave less now. I readjusted it. Some people say I'm not a smart boy. Well, they need to talk to my mother. Alright. Jenna Rogue versus Mr. Bunny himself. Here we go. We're loading up. We're loading up. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. Here we go. Oh, I am so excited for this one, guys. I mean, in a way, I'm kind of hoping... you know what? I don't even mind who wins this one. On the one hand, right? If Rogue wins this... Rogue, absolutely fantastic player, by the way. Love to see him play again at this type of level. Had a little bit of a slump, so... It's really cool to see him being back on top of things again. Being able to take massive games in massive tournaments pretty darn regularly. And not just doing it solely off of the back of the Nidus Worm. Anyway. Yeah, we'd love to see him take this one so we can have ourselves a Innovation versus Rogue game as well. TVC, absolutely spectacular matchup. Anyway, here's Jitter Greenwings Rogue. Bottom left side, there he is, the blue Terran player. Now, I don't mind if this man wins, of course, because he is just one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Even though we have a person named Nice in this bracket, this man might even be nicer than the man named Nice himself. Anyway, he is Bunny. Just looking at some of the pennants on the floor here. How do I know he's nicer than Nice? Well, I know Nice is extremely nice as well. But I've talked to Bunny a little bit here and there. Just you know, not in real life, but over the internets. And he has agreed to be my best friend forever. And well, I mean, that's some high praise. That's some high praise. I don't know if he meant it. If he didn't, then, you know what, that's obviously not nice. But as far as I'm concerned, great guy. I probably should ask it the same question, though, to Nice. But then, I would be lying to Bunny. Interesting. I don't know. He's just he's always responsive. He's always talking back, and he's always just overall a kind person. I can only choose one. That's right. That's right. And Bunny, you know what? I bloody love myself some Bunny. Nice as well, though, honestly. I'm a bit sad that, like, when I saw the brackets, I was a little bit sad overall that Bunny and Nice are both, well, first and foremost, in the same group. And they're with Innovation and Rogue. Like, Innovation and Rogue? Oh my dear lord. Like, I would love to see at least one of them move onwards here, but... I mean, oh, this is Innovation and Rogue. It's just unfair. Unfair. Esports is just unfair sometimes. Why can't we all be winners? Why is that not a possibility? Alright, anyway. Why can't we all be Cyril? That's right. I mean, maybe later on at some point, once CRISPR really takes off the ground, right? The gene editing tool. Maybe we'll be able to get somewhere close. Because, I mean, there's no way. It's just practice, right? And just overall commitments. Because there's people that are just as committed and just are not on the level of Cyril. Cyril had a bad day yesterday at the World Chess Team League. That is true. He lost to Clem, didn't he? That's what happens, right? Did he lose against other players as well? That's the one I saw at least, but that was still a very close series. And Big Gabe. Ah, okay. I mean, okay, losing to Big Gabe, that is now it's getting embarrassing. Oh. Big Gabe, of course, also a massive opponent. But yeah, those two are continuously improving too. They are rather scary. I remember that for a longest time period that just was nothing Terran-wise for anything outside of Korea. But we're really getting there right now. I feel like with players like Hero Marine and Clem, Future, of course, as well from the Americas, Vindicta, Cuddle Bear. Kind of have to put them on the list as well. They're probably not really there. Just Euthermal, I should call him out. I'm probably forgetting somebody right now, but you know what? Oh well, they'll just have to make do. Innovation is one of the Koreans, though. What I meant was like you know, Terrans outside of Korea, because Korea continuously had like very strong Terrans. Special, yeah, Special is a good call too. For sure, but I feel like Special, I don't know, because he spent so much time in Korea, it's almost like he became Korean in a sense. I know that's not how it works, but in my mind's eye, I just consider him Korean now. Whether he likes it or not. Alright, here we are. Maru. No, wait. The other Maru, of course. Who's also known as Masa. His real life name is Maru. You think I'm making that up? I'm not. It's his actual name. You gotta be happy though, right? If your real name is Maru as well, and then you're a StarCraft 2 player that plays it professionally now and again, you gotta be happy, especially if you're also a Terran, that you didn't pick Maru as your gamer name tag. Because now, if that were to be the case, then people are talking about Maru, and then they're gonna be like, oh, but which Maru? The one that is like multiple times well, maybe the best player in the entire world, or you know, the other one, the other one that isn't 5 times in a row GSL champion. Marine Lords, yes. And he's the Canadian one. Well, he's also Korean. But he lives in Canada, that's right. That's true. He's, I guess, more so Canadian at this moment in time. Which is the same way I feel about Special, but I feel like Masa is a different story other than Special. He's been living there for a lot longer. I'm not sure if he was born in Canada, but it could be the case, actually. Anyway, we're moving onwards with this game right now. Rogue here, he's not taking any damage so far, really, off of Bunny, right? We have just a couple of Mutilisks. Nothing that much happens, but just a little bit of creep denial here and there. And Mutalisk neither really quite finding that much just up until now. It could still turn around, of course. Only a single missile turret right there in the natural, looking a bit precarious. But there's Widow Mines here and there as well, spread out. I think there's another Widow Mine here. Yeah, there is. Oh dear lord. Okay, we're good. We're good. But yeah, so far Rogue not really falling for it, not flying into those Widow Mines here. Thor's also coming out, and that's going to be a very strong thing against those Mutalisks, against Banelings as well, which is what we're mainly seeing from Rogue so far. And I'm loving to see Rogue playing more of a, I want to call it a DRG style, if that makes sense. Oh, nice bait there with the Widow Mines. Using that Marine as a lure to get those Mutalisks to try and clean up the watchtowers. Another thing you could do is like just have two Thors in Medivacs, just waiting barely outside of that range as well, and then boosting them in and dropping them as soon as the Mutalisk try to clean them up. We don't see that kind of stuff that much because, you know what, you'd have to be paying continuous attention to these little points in the map, which is rather difficult to do. Right? Or you have to be in human reaction. Cyril probably could do it. Fortunately, he plays Zerg, so he wouldn't do it out of fear that people would try to intimidate or imitate him, and then do the same thing to him. Bunny here making some sweet moves, though. He actually gets the Spire in the natural base. I didn't see this drop coming in as well at the same time. Gets one Medivac out of there, not with the boys that came along with, though. And at the same time, moving in on this left position, getting himself prime real estate right now. Really making it difficult for Rogue to force a breakthrough on this side. Although there's only 3 siege tanks, this has me a little bit worried right now. There's a lot of Zerglings and Banelings. I feel like as long as the Widow Mines don't get the greatest connections, they should go into the favor of Rogue. But still, though, the nice trade so far happening for Bunny here, right? And that's it, you don't always have to completely crush your opponents, which is what... Oh my god, those Widow Mines. Those were absolutely disgusting. And I'd say, you know what, Bunny may have lost this battle, but overall he should still be pretty good with how that battle went. Looking at the resources lost tab right now, it's almost 3k extra minerals lost here by Rogue. More than double the amount in gas as well being lost here. And that is just going to be quite dangerous right now. Mostly Mutalisk remaining. There's no more Banelings right now. So the Bioforce is going to be absolutely insane. Insanity with their cost efficiency. I don't know why. I couldn't decide whether I was going to say insane or insanity. And then I just kind of went in between. And neither of them really worked out anymore. Regardless of that, Bunny should be feeling pretty good about this. He didn't take he didn't take out one of the crucial bases, I would want to say. But you know what? Killing off the 5th base also pretty darn nice. Insane sanity. That's right. That's the way to put it. Rogue, though, not gonna let this go unpunished, perhaps. Looking for a bit of counter-aggression. Maybe this is more so just a kind of posture on the other side of the map, trying to keep Bunny, his forces, stuck on the right side here, instead of pushing in on the left side right now. But you know what? There's still quite a big force once again coming in here. Bunny, will he try to clean up that force again here on the base on the top side, or is he gonna be trying to break the rich Vespian gas geyser this time around? I would love to see that base fall. It's always always a strong base. Oh, 2 Widow Mines still being set off there. That's always nice, but will it be enough? Will it be enough? Another base here, also on the right side, being picked off right now. Rogue trying to expand at multiple locations in order to avoid really falling behind too much in case he loses something on the left side as well. 2 more Widow Mines there. Again, being set off there. My dear Lord, Bunny is really making Rogue work for this one. And slowly but surely, it feels like one of the, you know what, as Tasteless always calls it, those arm wrestling matches that Innovation likes to hold with his opponents right now. We're seeing this from Bunny. And Bunny making some wonderful maneuvers so far. Look at those splits going on. He's taking out bases. He's taking great trades. And slowly but surely, Rogue is just running on empty right now. There comes the final bastion of Banelings. The Mutalisk a little bit late to the party, though. Need to be careful of those Thors still as well. Wonderful pickup there by Bunny. Keeping that Thor just barely alive. And another base will fall, putting Rogue back on 4 bases. With Bunny, look at that. Taking 3 bases right now on the bottom side here. That is... I don't even know how you're going to be winning this anymore as Rogue. Even if he does clean this up, he's just going to be so far behind and he doesn't even get this one. Look at the micro overall on those Thors. That is insane. Widowmine still behind this as well. The HP on those Thors. Are you kidding me? Bunny having the game of a lifetime right now. Holy moly. Alright, well, he's coming in again. More Widowmines there on that other base where there is an attempted placement of another hatchery taking place. The Widowmine, unfortunately, will not deny that, but... Man, oh man. Alright, that base, that should fall, right? Just a little bit of targeting here, you would say. The Ultralisk attempting to get on top of those forces as well, but there's just not enough here. Down goes another hatchery. Suddenly Rogue on 3 base economy versus a, what is this, a 6 base economy off of the Terran. That's not a winning position, I would say. No matter how good you are, you could have 2 Serals playing this game in Archon mode right now and replace them with Rogue, but I don't think he would win even then. just have Raynor and Seral both in Archon mode. Oh my god, could you imagine that? Raynor and Seral? Oh my dear Lord. Jeez Louise. Every single unit is just going to be individually micro at that point. Anyway, yeah, it feels like we're at the end times here, guys. I don't think there's going to be a real quick way for Rogue to make a comeback here. And GG is called. Bunny really, really on the ball right there. Showing some wonderful stuff and doing some great things there for us. I see another person actually did contribute with the downloading of Raid. I'm sorry I missed your name there, but that is much appreciated. Thank you so much for supporting us by playing a video game. How cool is that? Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Just getting us into the overall good eye of our new sponsor here. We very much appreciate it. Anybody that will, you know what, download it and get themselves the, you know what, through the at least the tutorial, right? Give the game an honest thing and an honest try, and maybe you'll like it. You know, it's one of those games that you could just kind of play in between while watching streams, right? Because, you know, even though the gameplay is simple, it's still pretty darn fun. All right. Anyway, who's saying this? Boom, boom. Thank you, Boom. That's always fun to hear. Always fun to hear. Uchi Boom. Also, thank you for the follow. And El Desonocido. I hope I said that correctly. Thank you for the follow as well. Very much appreciate it. Sentio Via. Did I already call you out? I don't know, actually. I think I did. If I didn't, well, then you have 2 right now. If I did, you have 2 right now. If I didn't, well, then you have 1 right now. And a little bit of mumbling afterwards, because I'm not sure if I did or didn't already call you out. But hey, there you go. Alright. Another game loading on up right now. It's game number 2. In case you guys lost track of time. Call me out. L30 TM. You know what? You sound like one of those... I wouldn't know what it would be, but you know the Pokemon game, the what's it? How they have TMs in there, right? And you're just the move L30, level 30. I don't know what that would be. Ah, I need some water here, guys. It is blazing right now in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands famous for not having any air conditioning whatsoever. So I just have all of the windows open right now, but I don't think it's working. Well, I hope it's working, otherwise this would be even worse right now, but anyway. This is a peculiar one, isn't it? What's happening here? Oh my. Should we even do the introductions? I mean, if they're not putting in some real efforts, why should I? Why should I? Heinken, thank you for the follow as well. Legolek means little. Ah, that's pretty cool. AM Zealand wishes that Rogue took these online matches more seriously, and I mean, I think he is taking this seriously. I think Bunny just really brought that game to Rogue in that sense, and did a wonderful job with those attacks. Thank you, Dennis. Dennis, I need your help as well, Dennis. We need you to type !raid in the chat and then get that downloaded and play through the tutorial to give it an honest try. You might like the game, you might not like the game, but calling out my friend to help me out here. Riyadh, there we go. We appreciate everybody that is willing to help us out, play a game to support StarCraft 2 here, and support the overall ITaX. And oh my dear lord, that's 1,000 bits for Ferolis. Thank you. Thank you so much, my man. Very much appreciated. So yeah, we're seeing this happening as well. I don't know if you guys can really tell what's going on here. I think Bunny might just die right now. The bunker's not going to go up. There's only 4 Marines here. They need to run. They need to run away, don't they? I mean, what are they even still doing here? League ranking doesn't hold much value. Yeah, to be fair, like overall, StarCraft 2, it is such a volatile game, right? Very quickly, things can just turn upside down. A small error in your play overall can just make a game that normally you would be able to comfortably take into a victory or know what to do. Suddenly, it's like a completely different thing. Is the rank the same? One is in the description. It's not exactly the same. Because the sponsor wants to try and see where most of the traffic comes from. So they keep tabs on who's clicking on what link, and that way they kind of get a little bit of a referral as to what works the best as in overall advertising for their thing. Alright, so what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Another base on the way. Not a third base just quite yet, just a natural base being built in the third, well, the main base. I'm going to say the third base location because that's usually kind of where you put that third base, right? And then fly it over right over there. Not going to be the thing, though, here. Roguey boy. Whoa, Roguey boy. What are you doing? Oh, Sniper. Sniper helping out as well. My man. My man. Sniper, pretty much the main supporter of ITaX, pretty much. The absolute end boss if you wanna beat in StarCraft ITaX Passion in particular, you're gonna have to go through him, and that's gonna take you a long time. That's gonna take you the longest amount of time. All right, now in the position of this game right now, I mean, it's quite clear, right, who is in the driver's seat. I'm not quite sure if you guys need me to say that 40 work is usually better than, you know what, 44 work is usually better than 27. We have some Hellions here attempting a little bit of harassment as well, but it looks like we will be going into a 1-1 scenario here, unless if Bunny really, like, I hate myself for this, but unless if he pulls a Bunny out of his hat right now, does some sort of a money trick. I don't know. A money trick. Did I say money trick? Or did I say magic trick? And how is it different, really? Money, really, honestly. Pretty much magic in its own way, isn't it? Alright. I mean, this is something. Hellbats right now with the Mariners coming on in. Another medevac ready to support. This could do pretty well, actually. We don't have a Baneling Nest quite yet, so that third base is completely open right now. The Hellbats trying to get on top of this. Let's see how much damage Bunny will be able to get done already. Killing off a single queen. He's steer clear of those queens, though, I would say. Just run away from them. No need to really fight those queens head on right now. Okay, cleaning up the Zerglings, of course, always a lovely thing. Bunny, not aware, of course, that there's no banelings just quite yet. That is why he's spreading out. He's anticipating them to be here, but they're only halfway done. He's trying to get on top of those drones right now. 6 of them going down, and Bunny pulling the bunny out of his head right now. Almost. Oh, he's getting so close, though. Just a couple more workers, and this one would really be tied up right now, I would say, but... was that enough? Was that enough? Only 6 workers. Really would have loved to see a couple more of those drones go down, but... it looks like this is what we have going for ourselves right now. Or at least Bunny has going for himself, of course. And we as audience also, since we're watching them. Right, we can feel like we're taking parts overall. Alright, dropping into the main base. Overlord's getting to scout this. Rogue, I thought he was really on top of it, but those Zerglings and the Banelings are a little bit stuck there. Didn't move as quickly as they could, and now we have time for the Hellbats to be transformed from their previous Hellion form. Lovely splits once again, and more drones on the barbecue right now. The Banelings have been dealt with. More Zerglings on the way, but those Zerglings, I mean, they die very quickly to Hellbats, and... oh, at least the Queens don't. At least the Queens don't. So 3 more workers. Again, not the greatest amount, and 15 more workers actually on that production tab right now. So Rogue gonna skyrocket once more in that worker count overall. Let's take a look at the income graph right now. It's bumping back and forth. Honestly, I'm surprised to say it. I thought we were gonna go into the 1-to-1 scenario, seeing how this game opens up for Bunny, but slowly but surely, we're kind of getting to a place where Bunny feels like he, you know, is in a winnable position. He's making all the right steps. He's taking all the right turns. He's not losing units unnecessarily, right? Look at that. Nice dropping, keeping Rogue busy continuously, forcing him to produce more Banelings, more Zerglings, and delaying that later attack from the Spire and such. And, that is what he needs to be doing right now. 2 siege tanks as well, coming in with a push right now. I'm not quite sure if I'm the biggest fan of this. I'm trying to entrench in a situation here. I can't even pick up all these Marines right now, of course, because that one medevac is completely filled up. Needs to be careful. Alright, dropping the siege tanks over here. This is a pretty good position. Overall, has Liberators as well, actually. The Spire not quite done yet, so this could prove troublesome. Let's see the range of those siege tanks. Alright, so pretty good overall, but we have Rogue setting up a flank right now, trying to come in from behind, and that does surround a lot of those Marines. Again, a great pickup, though, from Mr. Bunny here. Nice targeting on the Banelings as well. Doesn't get the siege tank, but... I think that may have been a little bit of an overextension there. Didn't get as much value as he got previously. And that's what needs to be avoided, of course. Bunny still not in the greatest position overall in this game. He's slowly getting somewhere, but definitely still needs to make a couple of moves to really help him out here. Might be running, but then Kozen, how many does he need to make? How many good moves does he need to make? Well, I mean, he's been making some good moves, but I mean, the overall value that he's gotten compared to the value that Rogue has gotten from the overall openings, how this game started, just don't compare to one another, right? Killing off 3 workers. How many was the other one? Like 5? Something like that. He's got 7 workers somewhere now. I'm not even sure where. So stuff like this just needs to keep happening. 24 workers actually right now in total. That's pretty nice. But yeah, it needs to just happen a couple of more times here. Grabbing himself that 4th base though. Liking it more and more. Not losing too much to the Mutalisk either. Sending up Widowmine defenses and having Marines already over here as well. Catching a lot of those Mutalisk. Holy moly. Just like that. Actually, oh, only 2. Only 2. I thought that for sure there were 3 going down there, but Number 2, pretty nice as well, of course. Any Mutalisk on the ground helps you out by having less Mutalisk in the sky. Just putting it in layman's terms. Making sure everybody understands. Mostly me, myself, helping myself out in this situation. Mutalisk might get lucky here a little bit. Might intercept this Widowmine. There we go. Thought for a moment they might get to intercept this Medevac as well. Not going to be the case. Moving around on the right side as Bunny needs to clean up this Overlord. Wisely packs up his bags though and moves away from this location, realizing that those Mutalisk and Zerglings are very likely to be on the way again. This drop still coming in though. Unfortunately, those Mutalisk now are relatively close by, not anymore on the side of Bunny on the map right now. He is moving it all the way on the left side of that minimap, so if you take a look on the minimap, that is incredibly difficult to spot right now. It looks like Rogue has spotted it though. Or maybe he just got the update of like, our units are under attack. That happens as well now and again. Man, this army for Bunny. This army of Bunny. If this gets into a head-to-head fight, as long as his spreading is nice. Oh my god, he has no spread at all. Oh god, that's a big one. Alright, that's a good start there for Rogue. But honestly, if he had his unit spread out there already in the before those Banelings came in, I really think he would have been able to take this one in a head-to-head fight. But instead, now we're kind of relying upon stuff like this, right? The drop's still doing damage. 7 more workers going down. Needs to send in a couple of units here as well. But you know what? Rogue already on the ball as well. Sending those Banelings backwards. Great splits once more for Bunny. Bunny, can he do it? I mean, his army supply is looking pretty juicy. Overall worker count is looking good. He's looking like a healthy Terran player. No way could you say that, looking at the state of the game right now, that it started with a proxy 2-Rex versus a spawning pool first. It just looks like a regular, good old TVZ game that is coming close to a big battle right now. Banelings coming in, getting closer and closer. More spreading is required. Oh, reinforcements though coming in just in the nick of time. We'll be able to facilitate just a little bit longer of a push right now. The Marauders need to tank the brunt of those Banelings. And that's, you know what, that's exactly what they did. Not that many Marines left though, so the next wave of Banelings should be able to put an end to this, I would say. But maybe if the Banelings get hit by the Widow Mines, let's take a look. Another one about to reset, just barely doesn't get a shot off here. Another Widow Mine buried into the ground right now, needed to be targeted. Not the greatest shot there. But the rest of the reinforcements for Bunny will be able to keep this overall place secure. Hey, Ferolis! Welcome, my man. Thank you for helping us out with the Raid Shadow Legends deal. It's as easy as playing a game while watching a game. And you're supporting the game you're watching while, you know what, just enjoying yourself with the game you're playing. As easy as that. We are very happy with this overall sponsorship. Thank you so much, my man. Anyway. Oh boy. This is a bit of an army loss there for Bunny. We'll be able to get out of there with those Medevacs, though. That's a big deal, as he does use this as an opportunity to once again get himself close to this base right here. That is on the verge of extinction right now. Another base to the left of it, of course, unknown for Bunny right now. Very nice move for Rogue, as he is setting up these Mutalisk actually on this base. Right. Seeing with the Overlord that there's nothing there in the way, shape, or form of anti-air. A very small maneuver, killing off a ton of the SCVs, but will it be too much of an investment? Because now he's just got Banelings and Zerglings to deal with this attack that is on his... What is this, a 4th base? A 5th base? One of those. Anyway, more Banelings coming in. This base should go down, right? It should go down. The Mutalisk still going strong as well, of course, trying to deal as much damage as possible, really stopping any further reinforcements from coming in. Rogue desperate to try and keep this base up. Nice pickup there once again from that Thor. Bunny just, I mean, I am very, very impressed with his micro so far. This game has been incredibly on point, and it is just a absolute pleasure to see right now. Just the overall of the amount of units that he's moving around, the pickups that he's doing, the spreading out. Absolutely lovely. Finds this base on the left side as well, so that should go down. This base here, the quicker it gets shut out, the quicker we will have ourselves, of course, a disadvantage here for Rogue in terms of income. And that is exactly what Bunny is trying to achieve right now. There we go. It should go down right now. Nice targeting happening there again from Bunny. The Thor's shooting the Mutalisk in the sky that are clumped up. Almost blowing up. One or two more shots. They are still so clumped up. There's a Thor still remaining, Rogue. You gotta be careful. And there it goes. GG. Bunny winning 2-0 versus Rogue. Bunny really showcasing some awesome TVC right there. And I don't know, some people aren't really on the Bunny train. I don't know exactly why. Bunny is mostly considered not to be in like the top seats of the Terran players, I suppose, but he's continuously just on the verge of entering that era, I suppose, and like continuously just barely being able to scratch the surface. Rogue, we've seen some amazing stuff of him recently in the GSL and stuff like that, of course. But I mean, it seems like Bunny kind of figured it out with some amazing micro. Honestly, like, you can't fault Bunny's micro. That was just ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous, and a true joy to behold. Honestly, awesome stuff. All right. Oh man. I mean, that means we're going into the game Nice versus Rogue. Nice is going to have to go up against Rogue. Bunny will have to try and face off against Innovation afterwards in the Decidus match. And then after that one, of course, we still have the Decidus match as well. So at least, well, 3 more best of 3s coming in right now on this overall pro circuit. And as we're waiting for the pro circuit to kind of, well, at least this group to get ready for the next one, let me try to figure out what we have going in the rest of these tournaments. Let me try to take you guys here. So if it goes correctly this time. There we go. Lovely stuff. Always nice when it works out. All right, so here we have it. There is a this is the entire groups, right? There is a Maturino link as well. If you want to check that out, you will be able to add a little bit of money with the code over there. There's also a replay pack available, and you're going to get yourself all of these replays right here. So let's just take a look over here how the other groups went. 2 groups already have played. Cure versus Zaun, going into Cure's favor. Dream versus SOS. SOS winning that one, actually. And Cure then, I mean, Cure's just a beast, isn't he? He's just unstoppable, it seems, especially in these online cups. Zaun versus Dream, also, again, not really turning out in the favor for Zaun there. So, unfortunately, Zaun, a Alpha X member, not being able to get himself through the brackets right there. But we have Mr. Cure and we have Mr. SOS here. Both of them being able to achieve 2 victories and moving on through. So we have SOS in the second group stage. We have Cure in the second group stage as well. Now, over here, the group C. This is kind of funny, right? Every victor on the right side. Oh, it doesn't happen every time. But anyway, we have Patience looking good against TY here. Actually finding a 0-2 victory right there against TY. Parting, losing to Armani. And then Patience losing to Armani as well. So Armani is ZVP right there. Looked like it was on fire. Going 4 games into his favor versus just 1 loss versus Parting. I think this one must have been pretty darn close, right? It looks like it was, but that might be pretty cool to see actually the replays of. Anyway, TY then also losing to Parting again here in the what looks to be the loser match. When afterwards in a PvP, Parting taking the crown there. Also moving on together with Armani. So yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff there. Let me double check actually, guys, for a moment if I'm not missing the beat here on the party invites. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. All right. So Parting and Armani also joining into that group stage, which means we have 2 Protoss, 1 Terran, and a Zerg. And people are complaining about balance. And people are complaining about balance. Well, not in this tournament, they shouldn't. Alright, yeah, so we're playing this one right now. Group A was supposed to be played a little bit earlier on, but unfortunately we couldn't make that work since we, well, we had other stuff happening at that time, so we had to move it around, and that's why we're playing this one today. Then afterwards, we still have Solar, Zest, Ragnarok, and Time also waiting in that final Group D. Solar, Zest, Ragnarok, and Time. That should be a pretty tight group as well. I would assume Solar will be able to take himself into the, at least the winners match. Well, at least move through, right? You would expect him to move through, whether it be first or second. Doesn't really matter. That could be up in for debate, but overall, you would assume Solar it will get through, and then afterwards, the second one that could go through, that is a little bit up in the air. Honestly, I'm not even sure Solar will be able to beat everybody here. I just think he's the most consistent out of those guys. Then we have Zest in that group, Ragnarok and Time, right? So, overall, who I would guess who would move through there, it's a rough one. It's definitely a rough one. It comes down to how Zest is feeling right now. He really had a big slump recently. People were saying, like, well, just wait until the GSL continues onwards. He's usually there, saving his builds for the GSL. Getting ready for that, and we'll have to wait and see if he is feeling his old self there again, and we'll be able to get things sorted. But Ragnarok really picking up the pace and Time, of course, as well. A wonderful player that can just bring his A game at any time in at any moment in time and get that sorted. All right, so yeah, a little bit up in the air, a little bit up in the air. Gotta drink more water than usual here, guys. It's just that it's really hot. This is extremely hot right now. Wait, did I see again the fluttering of reality coming through the green screen right there? Did I see that correctly? I think we're okay. I think we're okay. But, yeah, those are all the groups. So if you are interested in getting yourself the replays of any of those series, you can get the entire bundle. Or I believe if you, like, sub to the Patreon page as well, we have a Patreon for this type of stuff, right? Into the Alpha X. A thing you could do. And then you also, I believe, get the replays for all the events. Usually. You should do, anyway. I hope I'm not making promises that aren't true. Otherwise, well, we're gonna have to figure out something else. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, just don't tell them I sent you with that message, alright? Just be like, you know what, I assumed. Kozen didn't tell me. I just assumed myself. I hope that puts me in the clear right there. Ah, boy. I don't know if it will. Anyway, heyo, King 1118 1118. Yeah, I did it right. Thank you for the follow, as well as Awol Drover, Infernal 07, My Angel Eyes 7 as well. Thank you all for those follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're having yourself a good time with the StarCraft 2. Much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. Always have so much fun with the StarCraft 2 community. You guys are absolutely amazing with the amount of stuff that everybody puts in. And you know what? At the start of the overall StarCraft 2 esports, I mean, honestly, the game is amazing. Yes, it is absolutely amazing. But without the community, there's no way in hell that the esports would have taken off as much as it did in the western parts of the world, right? I know Korea really already had it going, but the way it picked up in the western places, I mean, I would say greatly much to do with just people having a ton of passion, trying to bring it over there, and just realizing the amount of potential and the overall fun you could have with this game, watching it, and, you know, being part of the community. Overall, always a absolute blast. Alright, SCV block here, coming in for innovation. It's a rather naughty thing to do, bunny. Poor Bunny. It's like, oh, but I want to build a command center here. I can't. Why can't I? Same happening for innovation, though, to be fair, on the other side of the map. Ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo. It's the best way of commentating, just kind of humming along with the music. Ba-ba-dum, ba-da-da-da. Alright, SCV and Reaper over here. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You want to tank that first shot on that SCV, of course. Innovation. Innovation. Not really seeing anything here. Alright, alright. And they're off. 2 Reapers now for innovation. And he's... Here we go. The left Reaper just slightly ahead of the right Reaper. The right Reaper's really trying to catch up right now, but it needs to have some sort of an advantage right now. We need to have a photo finish, perhaps. Oh, my dear Lord. Alright, the left Reaper taking a complete lead right now, jumping over the finish line. And there we go. Left Reaper once again taking the title there in the Reaper race of 2020 in August. The August Reaper race of 2020. As is per usual. Alright, these Reapers actually killing off a couple of the stuff here. I think that was 1 Reaper and an SCV, so good stuff there. Good stuff there. Bunny, what is happening here? Alright, will be a Hellion drop. Don't see this every day in the TVT matchup. Still very, very strong, of course, but you're not going to have that much at home in case of any form of harassment will be taking place. Now, luckily for Bunny, that is not going to be the case. Those 2 Reapers, pretty much the most amount of aggression he will take in the, well, I'd say at least the first 4 to 5 minutes. Unless if those Reapers come back around again and we'll try something more. Other than that, highly doubt that he'll take more harassment at any moment in time right now. He did go for a Liberator instead of a medevac here, though. So that is something a little bit different than I was anticipating. Does go for the 6 Hellions here through the front door. There is a siege tank there already, so that is going to be rather difficult to really break through. There's a bunker as well, so yeah, quickly has to turn around here. And the Liberator as well, actually being shot down by that Viking. So, yeah, that was... Well, that was unfortunate. That wasn't the best around right there. I think TVT, I think this might be the reason why Bunny has the bad rep that he has. Just the overall TVT matchup. Likes to, you know what, just try some sneaky stuff now and again and really just kind of bank it on a little bit of a gamble now and again. And sometimes it works, right? Sometimes it works. Some other times, though, I mean, you walk into a siege tank with a bunker there, and your Liberator walks into a Viking, and... Sure, if Innovation hadn't made those units, this would have been fantastic. But now, he lost his initial harassment, didn't do any damage, and Innovation's just coming across the map now with his regular type of army, right? The Marines and the siege tanks and the Vikings. And looks to put on a whole boatload of pressure here. Oh my dear Lord, those siege tank shots absolutely wrecking everything right now. And that may be it, guys. That may be it. SAVs will have to be pulled right now, but I mean, they shouldn't be able to beat the Marines here. That's the problem. A siege tank is about to pop out for Bunny, but I mean, very unlikely that he will take the first initial shots here on the other siege tanks that are... You know what? Outside of vision range here. I guess he does get the medevac. Alright, alright. Hold up, guys. Hold up. We have a Banshee as well, actually, doing a bit of harassment. We'll need to have more going into the favor of Bunny here, of course. But, ultimately, how many workers did he lose? 6 workers, killing of 7. Oh boy, there's 2 Banshees right now. Not a Cyclone, 2 Vikings about to pop out, but this is getting rather ridiculous. Hold the phone, guys. This is actually Bunny really turning this one around again. It just keeps going. Well, one more. Come on. More kills. Get them. Oh, splitting up the Banshees. I'm not sure if I like that, but you know what? It's a worthy attempt, trying to just get more value out of this as much as possible. It's very micro-intensive. Maybe it would have just been an easier thing and about as cost efficient to just shift the target down, more SCVs. But you know what, actually, another Banshee comes in here. Already 2 kills, 3 kills. Wants to get out of there, though. Doesn't want to be shot down by the Raven and the Vikings at the moment. But looks like that will be the case, though. 24 workers very quickly going down here. Oh, wait, what? Stop, Marines? Don't do that, Marines. Boy, Fantasy. Banshee making a comeback. I've been playing a lot of Banshee in TVT in the Asian servers. Yeah, I mean, the Banshees, man, they really made themselves look incredible in that moment in time right there. Some lovely damage. Honestly, that's all you can call it. You did lose everything at home in the form of army for a long period of time, but managed to shut down the medevac, which kind of shut down the pathway of retreat and also for further encroachment into the main base here for Innovation. And yeah, Bunny manages to slowly whittle it down. Keep the attention on Innovation's side of the map, and now we're just in this awkward situation where Bunny suddenly ahead in this overall game. The income somehow not showing this though. I wish the income graph was less biased towards Innovation here. That would be lovely, but oh well, we're just gonna have to make do with it. Make a deal with it. We're gonna have to make a deal with the income graph. Oh yeah, this Banshee. I mean, the time of Banshee really came at an end, I'd say. There's missile turrets, there's Vikings and Raven patrolling everywhere. I highly doubt you'll get anything else done with this. Okay. Now, the one advantage for Innovation I would give, of course, is that he is known as the Macro Monster. And he has +1/+1 available right now. Will be able to start +2/+2 momentarily, since his armory just now finished up. Let's see if he will make that choice. And yeah, there we go. Does immediately go for that +2. Only the +2 weapons upgrade. Okay, there we go. That's the +2 armor as well. So he's going to be ahead in that sense, right? It's going to be a while before Bunny really gets that equaled out here. And is this... Wait a moment. This is open now. All of a sudden, those Ravens and the Vikings not here anymore, because you know what? They're on the other side of the map right now. Innovation finding a good position here, shutting down a lot of the SCVs who have been pulled, trying to clean this up right at this moment in time. The siege tanks of Bunny barely being able to deal with this though, and actually, you know what, that's a scary moment in time now for Bunny. Nice attempt at an attack here, but I mean, ultimately the attack of Innovation, that doom drop right there, definitely paying its dividends and putting in the work, killing off so many of the SCVs right now. Suddenly Innovation back in the lead in this TVT series, which is going to keep going back and forth. But you know what? More SCVs might go down here with trying to clean up these siege tanks right now. It's only 10 of them, so ultimately Innovation still at an advantage. Let's take a look now that the dust has settled. 66 minerals lost. Well, wait, 66. 6,600, I suppose. 5,700 for Inno. Yeah, I mean, Innovation. He is the favorite here after all, and it looks like, once again, getting himself into the driver's seat should be able to, you know what, finish off this game right now, I would say, right? Letting Innovation see a lead slip out of his hand once in a game is, it is rare, right? Seeing him do it twice in the same game, that is going to be an extreme rarity. +2/+2 here for Innovation, just barely not finished yet, so that fight actually could have gone completely different as well, perhaps, if Innovation already had that +2/+2. Almost has it now, though. It is so close. But Bunny holds on for a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Oh, Innovation. Innovation once again going for the Doom Drop. That should do pretty well here. Nothing in the main base for Bunny to help this out. He's running backwards. He's scrambling all his fighters towards the main base, trying to deal with this. A siege tank that just got out of the factory immediately blown apart. And Bunny, I mean, I hate to say it, but it looks like the Doom Drops this time around. He is the one that is being Doom Dropped instead of the one who Doom Drops. And he has to tap out. GG is scored. Innovation making that work very nicely in his favor. And, yeah, Bunny taps out in that first game. A well-fought game, though, overall. Honestly thought Bunny was going to be able to take it at some point right there. Unfortunately, though, Innovation still too good at rotating the advantage into the other direction again. Thulgar, thank you for the follow, as well as fan of StarCraft EE. StarCraft E. Of course, StarCraft 2, but then without the capitalization. I like it. I like it. Yeah, thank you all for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're having yourself a good time here, as we're hopping into game number 2 of the winners match. So whoever wins this series overall, right, this best of 3, will be going on to the second group stage. Will be played at some later point. Helios Draco as well, thank you for that follow. I hope you as well are having a good time. I guess you are, otherwise you wouldn't be pressing that follow button, I would assume. But hey, I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to judge. Maybe you just like to hurt yourself in some way. Who knows? Who is playing right now? Right now we have Bunny versus Innovation. Afterwards we have in the loser match Rogue versus Nice, the Taiwanese Protoss player. Medinina Gangsta. Somebody from the hood, I think. I hope. You should really turn your life around, Madinina. You shouldn't. Dennis wasn't following yet. Squoogie. Dennis. Unless if this is a different Squoogie. I highly doubt it. Squoogie is one of my friends. Sorely disappointed. Sorry. Don't worry about it, guys. We always talk like that to one another. At least I do to him. He's too polite. He doesn't do it to me. It's a little fun interaction. I hope. Okay, here we are in the bottom left side. We have ourselves a red Terran. He is the red Terran. He's a Terran player. That's what it comes down to. He is from Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. You're from Jamaica, alright. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm not sure if I know somebody from Jamaica. I'm a cool guy. Oh, man. I think that's a lie. That is a lie. Shouldn't lie on the stream. On the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for Team NV. Right, that is it. Team NV. It's not to be confused by Team Ivy, which is the Ivy Leagues. That's a thing, right? That is a thing, right? I'm pretty sure. Anyway, something completely different. Also, there's a Team Envy. I believe there's a Team Envy in Overwatch. Team Envious? It might be Envious or I don't know. It's not that team, though, I assume. Is it actually the same team? Did I get Bunny on their roster? That would be pretty awesome. Anyway, doesn't matter that much. Shows how much I know. He is Bunny. I don't know that much myself about Team Envy. What Team Envy is? Or NV? Or the Ivy Leagues. Just throwing out names now randomly, just being like, look, I know all these names. Great stuff, great stuff. Reaper versus Reaper. That's the TVT jam. The rhythm of the TVT. Trying to open up my water bottle here with one hand as I'm following this Reaper with the other. It's really difficult. I tie this on. Oh, wait, I'm doing it the wrong way. Could be. Oh, aha! There's a Marine there. We have the Reaper over here on the bottom side as well, so that could go into the favor of Bunny quite quickly here. Hello, Innovation. Have you ever heard about hunting Bunny before? I don't think you have. Shutting him down quite nicely there. That will, you know what, he did take, what was it, 2... No, he lost his own Reaper and an SCV that previous round, so already taking the upper hand this time around a little bit, right? Just a smidge. Doesn't want to lose this other Reaper, though. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's manage to get that. Okay. Now, are we going to see either of these players go for mech this time around? That's my question. If we were to see mech from either of these players, I would assume it's going to be from Innovation. Innovation loves to do some mech in a TVT matchup. I think he's pretty much the guy that popularized the Cyclone with the Hellion play, right? The battle mech in TVT. At least he's the first guy who I saw it do in the first time I saw it. So anybody do, of course. And he really made it his own style. A lot of people are imitating it right now, though. As we saw Bunny as well, opening up with a couple of Cyclones of his own that previous time. Not really going for the extreme amounts of it, though. Sun Lily helping us out with the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship as well. I see. Thank you, Sun Lily. Hope you have yourself a good time right there. Of course, it's a true dream come true where we are, you know what, as an esports team being sponsored by a video game. That's all you can ask for, really. Like if you need sponsors, then that is pretty much the dream, right? All right. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit tensed up right now by these siege tanks maneuvers. Oh, going to the top side. Innovation already anticipating this, though. Sending that siege tank back around. Nice pickups from Bunny, but actually putting them all together again. Taking a lot of damage. The auto turret there as well, doing a lot of damage to the siege tank. Not that many workers gotten killed right there. Couple of engineering bases as well being constructed. Go the Raven right now. There is the auto turret right there, shutting down that siege tank on the high grounds. Yes, both of these players kind of at a stalemate right now. Third base for Innovation, already on location. And off he goes into the clutches of the... where are the siege tanks of Innovation right now? They are... It's just one, actually. Bunny getting some pretty good positioning here. Most of the army supply of Innovation right now in those Vikings doesn't have any Raven energy left either, but will be able to still force those Mariners back, of course. As the third base for Bunny being put down on the ground as well. Took him a little bit longer, so of course we'll be lacking a couple of minerals there in the bank overall. But since it feels like at least he's taking the positive trades, that's right. So he is taking the positive trades here. So we'll be able to set himself up for that one. right now, I'm not quite sure if I'm liking the fight that we're seeing right now. It's very clutch indeed. Looks like he's just barely still able to trade out all right pretty reasonably, but actually, that really equalized it out, didn't it? Yeah, so ultimately, that Innovation finally taking quite a decisive fight and showing the prowess of the mech right now versus the bioplay. It was rather impressive though for Bunny for being able to push in for that long with the lesser, well, power boats that is the bioplay right now, with a lot of Marines and the siege tanks, into somebody that's just going pure mech right now. Still trading out favorably for such a long period in time. Really trying to make use of that early period where, you know, if you don't have that much yet in the mech army, it's not that terrifying, right? It's not that strong. The bio player usually will win out in those situations. Oh boy, this could go very, very wrong right now. Of course, that previous game, Innovation being able to win this a couple of times due to Doom drops. Just in the nick of time, actually. Those missile turrets not quite ready to shoot down those the medevacs. And we'll be able to do a boatload of damage right now. 20 SCVs as Innovation scrambles back to some sort of defense here. More siege tanks on the left side of Vikings landing as well. But 20 SCVs right there being picked off by Bunny. That was really close, actually. Those missile turrets, if they were finished up right there, that would have been that would have looked something completely different, right? I don't think he would have gotten all of the units. Probably one medevac full, probably of overall units would have gone down right then and there. How was game one? Bio versus bio or bio versus mech? It was mostly bio versus bio, actually. Innovation going for the bio as well. And here we go, more of the halberds right now. Okay, Bunny attempting to siege up once again. Now, I'm not sure if this is the greatest place to do so, as the majority of the force of Innovation is here as well, of course. At least he has it pinned down, so if he does have another pack of units ready to go in somewhere else, maybe he will be able to get something done there, but yeah, he moves out of that, doesn't want to commit in this location, and I don't blame him. That would have been absolutely horrific, a Blue Terran bloodbath, really. Okay. Continuing onwards with Raven production, as well as the upgrade for the Ravens. I don't even really know the name for it. I know that it gives extra energy for the Ravens as soon as they appear. I'm loving this, though. You really need to have those extra Ravens. It's something that I think we saw Cure do for the most part, right? Getting himself the extra Ravens later on in the game with a bio versus mech game, so that he would be able to shut down as many siege tanks as he needed to. And then gain the upper hand in that sense. Bio versus machine. It's always the machine when it comes to Innovation here. Alright. Down goes the halberds and takes control of the watchtower for now. It's always a little bit more difficult to have control of those watchtowers, of course, as the mech player. bit more of an investment. You can't just put a siege tank there. That just lowers the overall cost of your army by quite a bit. And oh my dear lord, this could be quite terrifying. We haven't seen this for, well, I haven't seen this for a while. Hellbat drops right here. Remember when you could put 4 Hellbats in a medevac? Oh my dear lord. Well, it's 4 Hellbats still though. Nonetheless, you need 2 medevacs, but going into the main base right now, that doesn't seem to be the place where there's the most value to be gained right now. Reinforcements might take a little bit to really get here, since there's not that many units anymore being produced from the production facilities. Shutting that one down right there. Where am I from? I'm from the Netherlands. Oh, manages to get both of the medevacs. I believe he will get them, right? As if there's a boost available. There is a boost available, actually. So a little bit of a miss micro there from Innovation, letting that go down. It's not the greatest of deals, of course. Will allow him to get more Thors, it looks like, on the production tab. Luckily for Mr. Bunny being able to find this, and here we go, a massive amount of interference matrix right now, being able to get all of the bio right on top of this army, and there we go, all of the siege tanks go down, the Vikings as well, now on the run, running towards the main base of Bunny, trying to possibly just buy more time of Innovation. But that was a massive, massive victory there for Bunny, being able to take that fight right there. And here we have, you can clearly see this being represented now in the units lost tab overall. Will this be an opportunity though for Mr. Bunny to take a true good trade right now on the other side of the map? Should be able to kill off this planetary fortress, I would say, right? Really targeting it down before targeting down any SCV or the siege tanks here, but oh my dear lord, look at that. More interference matrix coming on up right now. Siege tanks on the backside as well. A little bit of a mismanagement there, I would say, from Mr. Innovation. And those will be picked off as well for free. Not only losing a base, but losing a big portion of army once more. And now, you know what, with the Vikings gone out of the sky as well, Bunny being free to just pick up everything here, go into the main base, and let's see what he goes for. Okay, not much. We'll just have to move out of there. Don't blame it. Oh, those missile turrets, though. Shooting down one of the fully loaded medevacs. And Bunny, I mean, if there's ever a game in the history of Bunny's games in TVT that he should win, then this is the one. You know what, there should not be any excuse to lose anymore. Look at the amount of orbital bases he's going to be making here. You have 4 over here, another one over here. We have another fight actually happening at the same time. It's exactly what you want to be doing. He mostly has Marauders, so these Liberators still gaining a little bit of value in these trades overall. Considering the siege tanks are in the backside as well, still forcing the army of Bunny backwards. I wouldn't say Bunny quite out of the woodworks just yet. Looking at the overall supply, it's still pretty darn close here. And +3, about to finish up for Innovation. So he's going to be getting ready for the more efficient trades. Well, the even more efficient trades, I should say, in the late game of the TVT. Oh my dear lord, finding a good amount of damage here as well. I guess, you know what, Bunny shouldn't really care too much about this with the amount of orbitals that he has right now. Doesn't really need like 90 workers, right? That's a bit too much right now. Probably just wants to actually maybe sacrifice even a couple more, because how many orbitals is he getting? He has 5 right now with, well, actually we can see it just without doing maths. He has 10 orbitals right here. So that is an enormous amount of scanning, and that's an enormous amount of mules. And he is ready now on 200 supply to perhaps take another fight here. But Innovation is ready. He also has a massive amount of supply, 200, both armies maxed out. How many Vikings do we have for Innovation? It's 8 of them. Alright, 8 Vikings right here available. Scan the whole map in one go, that's right. Okay, in he comes. Look at those interference matrices again. Innovation being caught out with those Vikings, letting those Ravens come in here. But you know what? Actually, the interference matrices, a couple of them do need to be reset here, as the overall bioforces of Bunny not getting on top of the tanks in time. Still, though, a nice cleanup once again. And of course, it's so incredibly difficult, as we all know, to replenish those mech forces. It takes a long time. Even if you can build, what is it, 5 siege tanks at the same time? You know what? That is quite a lot of siege tanks at the same time. Both players adding in their fusion cores right now as well. I doubt that it is going to be battle cruisers. Maybe out of Bunny, I would expect it a little bit more so. That is a transition that we see sometimes, going from bio into the Sky Army, the Sky Terran. That's difficult, and most likely it will be just for the Liberator range. But I think the more important thing here is that was a pretty reasonable fight for Bunny, army versus army wise. But he didn't really kill any SCVs. He didn't kill any bases. I think that killing the bases here would be the biggest thing, right? It's something you need to do mostly. The most important parts of the situation we are finding ourselves in right now. I'm liking the spread outness of these siege tanks right now. I'm not sure how to call it otherwise, but how much he's spreading out these siege tanks, making it a lot more difficult for the Ravens to get the interference matrices, making it more difficult for the bio units to get on top of the siege tanks as well in time. Because look at this right now, finally starting to get to work on those siege tanks, but they're all done from well, they're already uninterferenced. They're not interferenced anymore. It started to shoot again. So, yeah, Bunny, I mean, this is starting to get a little bit worrisome for Bunny, I would say. As Innovation, I mean, he's not training out that less efficiently overall. Okay, so, oh my dear lord, look at that. 6 battle cruisers at the same time. Why not Liberators instead of Raven? I think it is because as long as he gets the interference matrix, and then if he gets on top of the overall siege tanks, he should be able to just clean them up that way. If you get Liberators, you still need, like, you still give Innovation a chance to micro against it a little bit more so, right? He also has a good amount of Vikings here. He has the air control, so it becomes a lot more difficult to do. Now, air control very likely to go into Bunny's side, though, very quickly here. With 6 battlecruisers at the same time being created, of course. That should shut down the Viking counts of Inno pretty darn quickly. Wait, Innovation also has 96 workers here. How many workers do these guys think they need? Oh my dear lord. It's been a long time since I've seen Terrans getting this amount of workers in TVT in particular, in this late game, in the late parts of this game as well. The battlecruisers on the right side now, though, finding a lot of damage right as Innovation is moving along the left side as well. Trading bases at the same time. Bunny is still 1 base ahead, though, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, yeah, because he has this base over here. And manages to force a cancel on all of these bases as well. Now, very interesting thing here for Bunny is when he decides to try and maneuver himself with those battlecruisers over those siege tanks, because I feel like that's the most important parts right now, to kill those off. But at the same time, actually thinking about this a little bit more, as long as he kills off the command centers and the planetaries here off of Innovation, he should be able to just stop Innovation from having any money, right? Innovation doesn't have that much of a bank. And then later on, if he forces Innovation not to have money, right, and then comes in here, cleans this up, suddenly Innovation will not have the money he needs to make an army that is capable of dealing with the battlecruisers. So, Bunny making use of the bigger bank that he has established right now. Although, you know what, oh my dear lord. Innovation actually also having quite a bit bank now. This is just base trade galore right now. Oh, everything going very, very quickly. Bases going down left, right, and center. And still, I mean, after how many bases have gone down right now. It's still not quite clear who is in charge of this game. Innovation taking bases along the left, the bottom right side as well is Bunny. Making sure he has those bases as well. There we go. Finally some Yamato cannons on top of those units. A funny thing about those Yamato cannons actually is that it continuously feels like that people are just a little bit prone to move away from those Yamato cannons, right? As soon as it looks onto any type of unit right there. I'm the same way, right? I move my units away out of fear, like, oh no, I'm getting Yamato's, better run away. But honestly, it's better to just stand there and still, it's alright to just get 1 or 2 more shots off before you actually get Yamato, because there's no way to just stop that from happening, of course. And alright, well, here we go again. Battle cruisers on the right side coming on through, as we have Bunny trying his darnest to keep the top left secured as well against this enormous armada of siege tanks and Vikings, cyclones and everything. Innovation, though, it feels like he's taking the more damage right now. Bunny again taking control of those other locations with just building more bases. There we have the battle cruisers. Once again, Yamatoing and jumping out of there. Only a single battle cruiser lost so far. His base will go down, that is true, but overall, let's take a look actually. He's not mining here, he's not mining here. Okay, this is a good moment in time to see the income graph. Okay, so yeah, in fact, Bunny is a little bit of a lead. I think this base has a lot to do with it. So if Innovation does manage to shut this down, that could be a winning blow perhaps for a later part in the game. Oh my dear lord, battle cruisers jumping right on top of this. Interference matrices on top of the Vikings instead of the siege tanks this time around. There we have the Yamato cannons. Cyclones go down, and there it is. GG. Very, very well played there by Bunny, tying up the series here with a bio versus a mech play. Very, very cool stuff to see there. And we're up to 1-1 again here. Very, very nice stuff. Can you see who is in the raid warriors? I'm not completely sure. No. I'm not completely sure. Did we get another one, actually? That's, you know what, that's cool. That is awesome. It's really stressful to play TFT. It's really stressful to play StarCraft 2. Let's be honest here. It really is. It is always this complete difficulty. I think I did rating. Ah, alright. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. I appreciate it, my man. Awesome stuff. Of course, I mean, we wouldn't be here without our sponsors. And honestly, you know what? Most of ITaX at the moment is just basically being done out of good faith. And you know what? People who really appreciate the game. We're big fans of the game. It's not just me. There's team managers. There's people that behind the scenes organize things, that approach sponsors for us, that try to make this something that is actually something that can be done on the long terms, right? And not just something that is just mainly done out of pure passion and stuff. And then there we go. Someone joined the raid as well. Thank you, my man. It really does help us out to keep this kind of stuff going and to actually get this stuff, you know, to a place where it becomes actually profitable for, well, not necessarily profitable, but overall worthwhile, right? The time investments, and just get a little bit in return here and there. And of course be able to send players to the places they need to go to play the tournaments that they want to play in. Also coaches. We have some coaches that we pay for now and again as well. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Tournament organizers. All these people putting in a lot of effort to keep StarCraft 2 going. And you know what? We always are looking for ways to make that a little bit easier. Since it's not just the players that need money now and again. Alright, anyway. You know what? It's just the way the world works. And to be fair, Raid Shadow Legends. I am very excited about having those as our sponsors right here. Since, you know what, it's a great looking game. Looks pretty darn awesome, and you know what, I haven't tried it out myself just quite yet. I definitely will. But seeing as it has 15 million downloads, that is pretty darn impressive all on its own. I will be playing it later on though on the stream after all of this. But anyway. Here we go. In the top left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player. He is fighting for Team NV. Just tied up the series in one of the biggest TVT macro games I've seen for a long time. He is Bunny. Innovation. Innovation, you dirty dog. You dirty little man. Going for the proxy 111 here. It looks like, I assume that's going to be a starport added in there as well into the mix. We're gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, I already mentioned his name. He's the Red Terran from Team Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. Single Reaper here, already coming in at an earlier time than is usual. So, Bunny might be already scratching his head, wondering what is happening here. So far, not checking anything out. And what is this? Actually, the barracks flying across the map right now. And a siege tank on the way for Innovation. As we have the Hellion coming out for Bunny. This could be trouble, actually. That siege tank. I mean, that's gonna cause quite a lot of trouble here for Bunny Space, of course. Only having a couple of Reapers and a Hellion, unless if he gets right on top of it, which doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe this Hellion right here. Oh my dear lord, that is close. Okay, he does see it right now. Okay, does respond to it. No, doesn't. Does respond to it. Needs to get everything back here. Cannot allow that siege tank to go up in siege mode without really being here with everything he has. And what is happening? Okay, well, apparently siege tanks just kill absolutely everything. Does get shot down ultimately. Thank the Lord. I mean, thank the Bunny. And Innovation now with a Viking here. Second siege tank as well on the way. How far removed are we from Bunny having the same things here? Not too far removed, honestly, I'm gonna have to say. If this doesn't work, it's gonna look absolutely ridiculous, I would say. And we're starting to get to that point right now. You gotta have to wonder, how is this supposed to really unfold? What was Innovation hoping to go up against? Maybe he was hoping for a quicker command center here from Bunny, right? Going for a single gas right now, and that is not what he's going up against. So instead he ran into Bunny with already having quite a bit of stuff himself, and Bunny handling this situation reasonably well. The one thing that could go wrong here, of course, is that we still have Innovation building up another command center behind this as well, and he's still ahead in the worker count, right? By not that many. Well, 4 workers, that is quite a lot actually early in the game, but I'll have to wait and see. 2 Vikings versus 1. That is definitely a problem here. Do we have a reactor? No, we don't actually have a reactor on the starport. Okay, Innovation. You know what? Making some headway now. Having even a barracks to tank damage from other siege tanks trying to get closer here. That's really cool to see. So it forces Bunny to do a little bit more extra micro rather than Innovation has to do right here. Although, if he does start to shoot a command center, then he will have to adjust his fire if he does have some siege tanks moving closer to him. Bunny spreading out. We might be coming close to the moment where he just runs in here. Nice spread with those Marines. Look at how good he has that position. Having Vikings from the backside as well. Doing a wonderful job so far, but oh, it looks like Innovation may just barely be able to... Oh my god, that one shot killing of 3 Vikings though. there more coming? There's a Liberator coming. That barracks, yeah, that's tanking so much damage right now. Look at that. Really making this difficult. This medevac, though, he could just drop right on top of those siege tanks. That is a possibility. The Liberator will be able to scout out this medevac. I'm not sure, of course, if Innovation paid full attention to it, but... Oh, my dear lord. Oh, my dear lord. More stuff going wrong here for Bunny. Does have those 2 Marines, though, so... Shoots that Liberator back again. Back into to the red other units. As Bunny is trying to set up a little bit of pressure on the other side of the map as well. There's not much here at all, of course, since all of the production of Innovation is on the other side of the map. And now, suddenly, Innovation is going to be hard-pressed to try and make something work here as quickly as possible. Bunny is not in a sieged-up position, so that could backfire for him right now as... Oh, you know what? Just pull all the boys. Here we go, sending absolutely everything in there. The siege tank very clumped up, so they will be taken out by the SCVs. Very well done there, and Innovation losing a boatload of economy back at home as well. But ultimately... Oh, wait, this Liberator again. 12 kills actually on this one. No, don't lose the siege tank. Oh, God, that is close. Oh, that was really close. Man. Innovation still losing more stuff at home, though, as well. Finally, having some production here. Getting himself a couple of Marines to deal with this situation. And suddenly we're in this position with 30 workers versus 27. And you know what? I'm not quite sure where we're supposed to take this from here. How the rest of this game should go. Probably, you know what? Innovation still a little bit ahead overall. But most of his production still across the map here. And if that does get taken out, that could prove quite a lot of trouble. Man, this is one of the things, though, that is quite annoying to see for Bunny. Losing 5 workers there in total. Actually, only 4 to that Liberator. Losing another SCV elsewhere. But, yeah, just a little bit slow with spotting those Liberators on the minimap right now. So, taking extra damage from those flying pesky Terran units. Okay, we'll be able to shut this one down very, very cleanly. Wait and see if this is going to still work out in Bunny's favor, though. Has a good army supply lead. Well, yeah, almost 10 army supply in total. With the Liberator here in particular, absolutely wonderful. Since the starport of Innovation really hasn't been producing anything for a long time now. Doesn't have a Viking, doesn't have a Liberator or anything necessarily to deal with this Liberator. Didn't have a siege or a factory here for a long time either. So now this Liberator in a good position to just force those siege tanks back further and further. I actually think that Bunny's taking a little bit too long with getting those siege tanks in a good position to start shooting into either the command center or the SCVs to really force a fight here, but who knows, maybe this is the wiser choice after all. We'll have to wait and see. 2 Marines coming closer to that single siege tank, actually. Nicely identifying that there's nothing there. Innovation might be up against the ropes now. Bunny really starting to do some real damage here. Full group of Marines. Just have to watch out for that one siege tank here. And they are staying out of range, so that is wonderful. Innovation only has to work with 1 starport, a barracks and a factory. And we'll try to clean this up. If he doesn't clean this up right here, right now, then he might as well tap out at this moment in time. Does clean up the Liberator, does clean up most of the siege tanks, and that's the important part here, right? Now, after all of that, I mean, it's still an economic lead for Innovation. Bunny did kill 13 more workers in total, but this is just where the overall macro of Innovation does come into shine. I guess Bunny actually doesn't have Stim or Combat Shield or +1/+1 either. And that is definitely a problem. since Innovation now will be moving across the map here. Bunny with still a larger army overall, right? So as long as he's in a good position with those siege tanks, he should be able to take this fight. That is a big if, since Innovation coming across the bottom left side here, outside of the range and vision of Bunny. As Bunny is just on the right side right now, not really aware of anything that is occurring anywhere near his base. And this could be a absolutely devastating amount of damage. Once again, Innovation finding these drops into the base of Bunny to do a lot of damage. And Bunny, oh my dear lord, again feeling forced to move backwards. Deja vu of game number 1 here. That did go ultimately into the favor of Innovation. And yeah, this is just incredibly rough right now. Bunny does save that one siege tank from his factory, but having to go in here, he does have stim now, but oh, that is a nasty trade, isn't it? That is one hell of a nasty trade. He's not losing SCVs just quite yet, but a lot of his production goes down up in flames. Goes down up in flames. That's a wonderful way to say that. All right, anyway. That's, you know what, again, Innovation, realizing where the opportunities lie. Going across the map here with the upgrade advantages that he did have, taking some wonderful trades right now. After seeing most of the army of Bunny as well on the right side there, right? I think it was a barracks or something that Bunny was chasing there with those units. Innovation spotting the opportunity here and shutting it, well, jumping on that opportunity immediately. Bunny now again, once more, in this weird position where he's just trying to walk behind Innovation and trying to play catch up a little bit with the overall army maneuvering of Innovation. More Marines, more siege tanks on the right side as well. Innovation gets out of there with his medevac drop. Bunny has had enough. He's going across the map right now with his Doom drop, but at the same time, Innovation once again here in his natural base. I think that's going to be it, guys. Innovation may have well done it. There we are. GG. And gets the victory. I honestly did not think that would be going on for that long either, actually. A couple of times I thought, alright, well, Bunny lost. And then suddenly Bunny all the way across the map again. Fighting Innovation almost to the last man. And gaining the upper hand there in the third game. But unfortunately for Bunny, it did go into Innovation's favor in the end. And congratulations to him. Well played. Will be the first to move out of this group. As, you know what, I don't think a lot of people are surprised. Innovation being Innovation after all. But Bunny, man, oh man, was that one hell of a series or what? I mean, not only taking out Rogue 0-2, also being able to take Innovation up to pretty much the max, I would say, right? Ultimately, in the later parts of that, well, maybe the third game, it kind of fell apart. But that second game, man, holy moly. Did Bunny give Innovation a run for his money. And, you know what, overall, throughout that entire series, I would say, showcasing some wonderful games against, you know what, as some people call him, the GOAT, Innovation. Or at least one of the people that could be overall considered for the role of the GOAT. Alright, guys. We're gonna go into the next game pretty soon here. We do have to wait a little bit, of course, for the vetoes and everything as such. And we'll be back with Rogue versus Nice, a ZVP. And looking forward to that one. And we'll be able to see how Rogue manages to hold off against a Protoss. And what kind of shape he is in that matchup, right? Because his CVT... I know Bunny played absolutely out of his mind, but Rogue definitely felt like he dropped the ball here and there as well. But that's, I guess, how StarCraft 2 works, right? You can't have a winner without a loser. If he did play incredible, then ultimately that would have probably been a little bit of a closer series as well. Anyway, McPotter, thank you for the follow. Wictal Kopf as well. Johnny Controlati. Yeah, Controlati. Thank you all for the follows. Hope you are enjoying yourself with the StarCraft 2. And yeah, we'll be right back after this one right here. All right, let me set it up and right, be right back.
Hi, sir. You wanted to see me?
Yes, Death Knight. Please take a seat. As you know, we're having a tough time in the dungeons. We have a lot of low-level champions, such as yourself. I'm afraid I'll have to sacrifice you.
What? To who?
Brass Big Jaw.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm almost level 2.
Next!
Choose your champions. Raid Shadow Legends.
You know what? I always thought that was a great commercial. I don't care what you say about it. I think they're really good. Yeah. I really like them. I'm sorry, I'm still eating. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm still eating as well. Alright, anyway. I thought it would last a little bit longer, but yeah. Say about whatever you will. They have some pretty darn good marketing. Not only that, but of course, the game is also free to play. The graphics look good. The gameplay is simple and super fun, so you can watch streams or something like that while you're doing it. You can build a team to play either PvP or play the campaign. 400 champions to collect and customize. 14 champions new every single month. There's a progression reward system. And you know what? It's been downloaded over 15 million times. It's the top 3 game on the mobile right now on the RPG games, actually. So, you know what? They definitely have some awesome stuff going for them. Anybody that helps it out, plays the game a little bit through one of our referral links, is in fact also helping out us as ITaX. So you know what? Just try it out, see whether or not you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine, right? You tried it out, that's all we ask. And already, but just trying it out, you've already helped us, right? You've already supported StarCraft 2, and you've supported ITaX, and allows us to do more games and overall stuff. ASMR stream. I'm sorry. I'll try to not eat during stuff like that, alright? But... Alright. So, yeah. Looking forward to the next one. We have a little bit of a break here, as well as, Eno is requesting it. The loser match right now. Afterwards, we still have to decide this match, of course, where... Bunny is waiting. Perhaps, you know what, we could have a rematch here between Rogue and Bunny. That series was pretty darn amazing as well. I was continuously just with my jaw on the ground, basically, looking at the micro that Bunny was showcasing there. We're gonna have to see whether or not that's going to be the case again. Otherwise, we'll have Nice versus Bunny, which also should be pretty darn amazing. Because I was hoping that... oh, look at that! As Mr. Acid. I'm going Mr. Acid. I was thinking to shorten it even further, but I don't think that would have been a good idea. Anyway, Mr. Acid, thank you for the sub there. Right. Vitamin. Alright, we'll call you Mr. Vitamin. I don't know if you are the Vitamin. It would work out overall with the timing of that overall sub, right? The 2 months. Awesome to see you, man. Awesome to have you here, nonetheless. As we are about to start the Nice vs. Rogue best of 3. The Vitamin, that's right. Yeah, we have a Vitamin that is, you know, it's the Vitamin. It's Mr. Replays himself, organizing all the stuff, helping out Sushi. Would make sense because you are a mod after all. I feel like I'm putting all the pieces together. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my good sir. That's awesome. Alright, I appreciate it, dude. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves the red Ro16 fighting for Alpha X. He is the new addition to the team. Let's see how he holds his own against the, well, his very scary opponent. We'll introduce him later on, though. Don't worry about that. First and foremost, he is nice. Top left side, there we have the blue Zerg player fighting for the Jin Air Green Wings. He is nobody else but a, well, one tough cookie to crack. Anyway, here's Rogue. Oh, did you? Nice. It's always nice to see the support, guys. We appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without without the support of the community, and we do thank you. We do thank you. What is happening for Rogue here? Going for the hatchery first. Okay, so pretty regular stuff here. Now, I have not seen a lot of PvZ from Nice recently. And I'm very curious as to see what he will bring to the table. Like, is he just going to be playing something more regular, right? If he's going for the more regular type of overall, how do you call it? Je ne sais quoi. Protoss Adept Glaive attack. Or if he will go for something other, right? Some other Taiwanese kind of shenanigans that we're just gonna watch and laugh at, and then be like, wow, this is absolutely terrifying to play against, isn't it? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. First and foremost, getting that Stalker, wanting to deny any scouting, so that on its own already a little bit of an indication that we're gonna see something else. And alright, it is going to be a Stargate, so a little bit of a mix-up already. Now, one thing we have been seeing a little bit more often is that, of course, you know what, they still get themselves the Stargates, but then also they get themselves the Twilight Council afterwards. And then with the Twilight Council, they still go for a lot of the aggression with the Adepts, but mainly to just kind of throw your Zerg opponents off, right? They won't start prepping for Adepts since they see the Stargate units coming out and trying to do that thing. And then all of a sudden, blammo! Adepts everywhere, in every corner. Now, the sacrifice you need to make for this, it would be that you don't have a War Prism to accompany them. That's going to be the biggest of deals, but other than that, it, like, the firepower of the Adepts, of course, pretty much the same. Just more difficult to really get the reinforcements there and to facilitate a way into the main base from another alternate pass instead of just through the front door. Okay, Overlords here looking for some stuff right now. Just whether or not people are leaving the base, basically. That's all they're getting to see. Zerglings being spread out as well, attempting to just kind of get a good understanding as to what is coming his way. Yeah, we have the Adepts. We have a Roach Warren as well on the way for Rogue. And a good clump of Zerglings. So yeah, he is still prepping in case this is going to be the Adept aggression. He did see those two Adepts on the top right side, right? So these two bad boys over here. Oh, they did get spotted, so I think this is going to be a gruesome fight, of course. All those links here versus two Adepts. Basically, this is made to hold off the Adept aggression, and then there's just two of them. It feels a little bit overkill, but at the same time, of course, those two Oracles right now, they may still be able to get quite a bit of work done. Let's see. Oh, dear Lord, that was a little bit of a mismarker, I'd say. It's still getting 3 kills overall. But with that Oracle already so low, it's going to be hard to really get anything else. 4 kills right here. Really not as many as you would like to get. And, alright, this is a rather good strategy of Rogue overall. well, I say strategy, but just a good adjustment, right? Or thing to do after you do prep for those the adepts, and then it turns out not to be adepts, to just kind of immediately make use of the forces that you send over to try them to use them in a different way, right? In a different fashion. Which is by just going in for the attack. Try to get a cancel on that third base, perhaps. Fen Popo, thank you for the follow, as well as Cabbage Lisk. That's the funny name. Cabbage Lisk. I appreciate the follows. I hope you guys are having some fun with the StarCraft 2. And am I awake right now? Is this... I mean... What? 3 Stargates? Okay. Okay, well that's something else than Adept Claves, isn't it? That's something different. I don't think Rogue will anticipate this. Very often, you will see the Stargate opening, right? With just a single Stargate, getting yourself a couple of those Oracles. Maybe a Phoenix or 2 as well to clean up Overlords. Which is what we did have, right? So that's the one Phoenix. 5 Oracles, that is a lot of Oracles. He's still building more. He's going mass Oracles. He's going mass Oracles, guys. That's what we're having for dinner. How about that? Fancy a cup of Oracle? Well, I mean, here it is. Alright, off he goes onto the other side of the map. This should be a good force to clean up Queens as well. Especially with the Phoenix allowing to lift up some stuff here. I'm wondering if you could even take out the Spire with this amount of Oracles. I'm not quite certain about the math, but we're kind of getting there. Four more of the workers do go down. The main base of Nice still pretty darn solid as well with the defenses here. Adepts and Starkers ready to save the day. Now we're looking for more of the good Stargate stuff. We saw the Spire, so immediately we're seeing these Phoenixes coming out into the field as well. He needs to have something to protect against this, and Rogue very wisely, instead of going for the Mutalisk, just pure Mutalisk, going for the Corruptors immediately after he spotted the absurd amount of Stargates that we have right now available for Nice. Good Phoenix control so far, making great use of the shield battery. Not losing anything, so until that moment in time. Gotta learn how to keep my mouth shut. 4th base will get cancelled here. There's no way to keep that up. And the Oracle's actually also a little bit overextending here. Getting caught out by those Corruptors. And now, Void Rays. Alright, now we're having the Void Rays. Well, I mean... oh, no, he cancelled them. He cancelled them. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. False alarm. It's going to be Phoenixes. It's like, I should make Void Rays against the Corruptors. And then he's like, people don't do this, do they? Never mind. Oh my god. Look at how quickly these Oracles clean up those links, actually. Ooh, do need to clean up a couple more, though. Shield battery is pretty good, but not that good. Still losing... you know what? Only losing 3 workers there for the amount of links that got in here. That is impressive. That's an impressive amount of damage that those Oracles do. Very quick with cleaning up those links. And we're... Is that another Stargate? Are we're going up to 4 Stargates? Is that what we're having here? You know what? At this moment in time, I'm just sitting here wondering why aren't we seeing the air weapon stop? Oh, never mind. There it is. Never mind. False alarm. False alarm. It is going to be a thing. Already a thing though for Rogue, and look at this army for Rogue as well. It's just Corruptors and Mutalisk. We're just having an army that's air versus air right now on the bottom left side as well, and that 4th base was Nice, attempting to get some work done as well. The Phoenixes, I mean, they do well against the Mutalisk. Not that fantastic though against the Corruptors. Would love to see the Fleet Beacon also coming into play to allow a little bit more micro against those Corruptors, but oh my dear lord, they are blowing everything apart here. The Oracle's trying their best to clean up the Zerglings as well, but I don't think that Nice is really taking an efficient fight here, unfortunately. First and foremost, of course, not having the upgrades, and I don't think he had the numbers either, right? Only 10 Phoenixes right now versus 12 Corruptors and 11 Mutalisk. Rogue really running away with this one. I would have loved to see Void Race with this, though. That would have been really cool to see. Wondering how that changed the overall dynamic, because if you do manage to get the Void Race to target the Corruptors, then that's a lot of damage that you will be dealing in that short period of time. Phoenix also really fighting the Corruptors here, when I do think you want to try to just focus down the Mutalisk mostly with the Phoenixes. And then after cleaning up the Mutalisk, you can use more Stalkers, Stalker Heavy Force to clean up the Corruptors. Still no +1 air weapons available. It's getting there, guys, but alright, G is called before it happens. GG is called, never mind. We're it's like, no, I should be polite here. probably gotta keep it nice. As he is, you know what, that's his brand name after all. I'm playing in a tournament that he, you know, is organized by his new team as well. GG. So a great, good game, in fact. Not just a good game. Yeah, nice losing that one, unfortunately. Rogue really having his number. Being able to shut that down very quickly. And we're going to go into game number 2. It's always unfortunate seeing a fun strategy like that just getting a little bit demolished right there, but I mean, that's what we got. That's what we got. I mean, we do have Rogue after all. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Am I Loco's brother? No, I'm not. It would be funny though, because if I was, our parents would have called us both Simon. That would be really lazy, wouldn't it? It's just like multiple brothers, just all being called Simon. I mean, I'm also Dutch, to be fair. So we do have things in common. But that's pretty much it, I'd say. He's much more handsome than I am. He's also not as lazy as I am. That would be the other thing right there. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Whoo, whoo. Alright. I mean, the last game... Nice! Not quite getting that to work for himself. Got a little bit close, but ultimately, of course, Corruptors, I mean, they are the rook to the Phoenix Scissors. And here we are now in game number 2. Because of this, nice on a map loss right now. As I said before, love to see nice move on here to fight against the next player that's still waiting, of course, Bunny, in that Decidus match. Because I would love to see either Nice or Bunny move through instead of Rogue, but you know what, I think a lot of Rogue fans would disagree with me on that one. He's already doing well in the GSL, you know? He doesn't need to get himself sorted in these sort of tournaments as well. We just want to see Nice do good. The Alpha X player, or Bunny, right? Because he's... we just saw those games with Bunny versus Rogue. Like, to be fair, I wouldn't mind seeing Bunny versus Rogue either again. This is just an absolute great group. A little bit disappointed that Innovation was here, right? He's just a little bit too good overall in this game. It's just not fair anymore. But then again, I mean, Bunny, I mean, wonderful series there as well versus Innovation. Nice, bringing some good stuff versus Innovation as well. If you guys missed those series, honestly, especially the first game. Oh, thank you, Darius, for the joining us, helping us out with the Raid Shadow Legends. Very much appreciated. But anyway, as I was saying, Nice versus Innovation. That first game right there, Innovation absolutely getting blindsided by the strategy of Nice. And Nice overall just completely on the ball, really utilizing some of a very, very gateway-heavy strategy to stop the initial attack from Innovation. Anticipating what would happen and shutting it down like nothing else. Really, I've been able to deal with those two base aggressive timings from Innovation. Nice, making it look ridiculous, right? Even though Innovation is known for it. He's become famous in his TVP matchup, in particular due to those two base timing attacks. And there he was, made to look the fool by Nice overall. Split Toe Gusa and RSG Revenant, Lemonade Seller and Rootfly Nyept. Well, thank you for the follows as well. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself with the StarCraft 2 content. Hope to see you guys around a couple of times more, of course. Very much appreciate it, guys, to hang out with us and just have a good time. Have a good time. Mesh Uga Deflaw, thank you as well for the follow. Alright, so there we have the wall being completed. A forge on the way here in the backside of Nice. Might want to grab himself a quick +1 attack for those, could be for the Zealots, of course. Does allow Zealots to 2 shots Zerglings instead of 3 shots, unless if that changed, and I never really paid attention to it. There's that +1 attack. Alright, nice. Nice. What strategy will we be seeing here? Already making some weird maneuvers. Honestly, we still don't really have a tech structure, right? We don't have a Twilight, we don't have a Robo, we don't have much of anything. Instead, we have the Forge. And the Forge getting himself +1 melee attack. Well, not melee, just attack, I suppose. It's not really melee attack. Hallucinating the War Prism here as well, making it look more standard than it is. Also, making it look for the you know what, the regular timing that he would hit with adept glaive attacks, right? And that's kind of, again, here, Rogue falling for this. He's, again, under the impression that this will be an adept timing attack. So, you know what, Nice really playing those mind games again here and doing some wonderful stuff with it. Although, you know what, this is kind of giving it away, right? having 5 sentries here with a Stalker, that does kind of give it away. And immediately, once more, we see Rogue moving across the map here with all of those links that he's made. He even made 10 more here. Trying to get something to work, to gain value from these units, instead of just letting them be there. Alright, this is enough sentries, I would say, to hold back against those Zerglings, though. As long as that Zealot is... He might want to move a little bit further downwards, but... he is on hold position, so that should be good. Lay attack immediately on the way as well for Rogue here, realizing, you know, I'm free to drone up now, ain't I? Free to tech up, free to drone up. Rogue's the GSL finalist this season. Yes, he is. And stats as well. So, it would be a surprise, right, to not have the GSL finalist move on through here, but to be fair, I think one of the strengths of the Jin Green Wings players is really prepping for their opponents overall. I think Rogue is also one of those players, but making use of the overall brain power that is available in their team to just make a build that really allows them to beat their opponents. As efficiently as possible. Ravagers on the way here for Rogue as well. That's a very smart strategy overall. And we're seeing Blink being the first upgrade here for Nice coming out of this. So I'm still a little bit perplexed, perhaps is the right word to say, as to what Nice is doing here. It's really not something I've seen in a long time. I'm not even sure I've ever seen this, honestly. When I saw the +1 attack, I was initially thinking this could be for Zealots or something, like quick charge slots instead of a depth pressure, but then he had all the sentries, and then that doesn't really go well together. Now he's getting himself Blink, he's getting himself the Templar Archives as well, and he's just expanding, so that's nice. Really just want to get himself into the late game situation here versus Rogue. Okay, War Prism is there to save the day. Rogue not quite sure where the units are weakest, so moving back and forth there, a little bit indecisive and not really getting any value there because of it, unfortunately. Nice blinking away and then blinking on top. Okay. Wow. Let's take a look at the income graph here. Kind of staying on track there for nice. He hasn't done pretty much any aggression across the map, right? If I'm not mistaken. Like, he hasn't really done any of aggression overall. He's killing off Lings. And maybe it's just because Rogue is so heavily anticipating anything in the way, shape, or form of an attack that this is the reason why this is working so well. There's some force fields right now. You see a couple more. Ooh, almost getting some good connections there on top of those sentries. But that's so much energy right there still available. The flank, though, is going to squeeze that energy out as, well, even quicker, though. Already out of energy here, and the Banelings, massive connections. Is it going to be enough, though? The Archons and the Immortals still here as well. Need to see some lovely micro here from the War Prism, but it looks like it's just a little bit too much. And Rogue manages to, with that surround, find it nice in a little bit of an awkward position there. And I think that may be it, guys. I don't want to call it too quickly. It looks like Nice will be stabilizing here, but I mean, we're still seeing more Zerglings on the production tab. We're still seeing more Roaches on the production tab. Even if Rogue pulls backwards here, I'm pretty certain that he's going to be jumping in again very, very quickly. And it's not looking like Nice will be able to stabilize anymore. He's losing units left, right, and center. The Zealots being biled down before they ever get into warped into existence. Very, very nasty stuff. And there you have it. Unfortunately for the Alpha X fans, Nice will be going out first out of this group. And we have Rogue moving onwards to try and take on Bunny here in the rematch. In this deciders match, GG is called. Nice with some pretty interesting strategies there. Really cool to see. Was hoping that he would be able to get this strategy really rolling there and show what it's really supposed to do, but unfortunately not quite getting there, I suppose. It felt like he just wanted to be very safe and get himself into a late game situation against Rogue and try to win the game there, right? With that amount of sentries, not that much tech overall for quite a long time. Getting himself mainly focused on the upgrades. Again, another indicator that he's trying to get himself into the late game. But yeah, unfortunately not quite getting himself there. And having to tap out. Going 0-2 versus Rogue. And yeah, like I said, Bunny versus Rogue. A final match coming up right now. That should be pretty darn good. That should be pretty darn good. Already the previous best of 3 these guys had. Man, oh man. It was, it did go 2-0 here for Bunny. But maybe with Rogue now having warmed up a little bit with Nice as his opponents. And of course with just Bunny in those other matches. Maybe that is not going to be the case anymore. We'll have to wait and see. But already though, even if Bunny goes down now 2-0, we have to give props to Bunny here during today's games. Like, he got very, very close to beating Innovation in the winners match already, right? So he could have been the first person to advance in a group with Innovation and Rogue. Bunny in a group with Innovation and Rogue, and then being the first one to move forwards. And then looking back on the games that he played against Innovation, that is not too far of a stretch of the imagination. Especially that game number 3. That felt like it could have gone both ways. Game number 2 could have gone both ways as well. But man, oh man, Bunny definitely finding the best way to move it into his, advantage. And gaining the upper hand there with all of the battle cruisers. Flying over the army of Innovation. Not really killing the army of Innovation, which sounds like a weird thing, but ultimately, because of that, Innovation was kind of stuck with the siege tanks. And then as soon as he made the move, just Bunny already having had so much of his regular bio being replenished by battlecruiser supply. That was really, really cool to see. Winning the games that could go either way is what makes a Code's top player. That's right. That is right. But, I mean, Bunny did it as well. And, I mean, he just went 2-0 versus the GSL finalist right now. So, which also felt like it could go both ways. And games that feel really close probably means they are pretty closely matched. So if one of them means that makes them a Codex top player, then the other one must be pretty darn close to being a top player too. But I think that's a good point, though. Of course, the overall success rate of Innovation and Rogue still way higher overall, right? Much more success in the past. So it's hard to call Bunny right now one of the top dogs together with them. Definitely still the underdog. Even if he beats Rogue right now in this best of 3 as well. I mean, in the future, he's going to have to beat him a couple of more times before we can really start calling Bunny somehow the Rogue killer of Korea. Hasn't shown the consistency needed yet. Yeah, that's true. That's true. No disagreement from me there, for sure. But, you know what? He's getting there. He's making those plays now and again. And, I mean, today it's just a brilliant day to see Bunny play. He's making some amazing stuff happen. And, yeah. I'm a big Bunny fan, so I'm just over the moon. I'm also a Rogue fan. And I'm very happy that he managed to get himself out of the slump that we've seen him in for a while, right? Finally getting a high up ranking again in a big tournament such as GSL, even if he gets eliminated now in the finals. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. He definitely proved that he's still one of the top contenders in the overall scene. Alright, let me see. Alright, so the veto process. Apparently we do have Ice and Chrome as the first map. So already massive macro game right then and there. Afterwards we have the Golden Wall, or yeah, I think so, Golden Wall. Could be Pillars of Gold too, because they just said gold, but usually they mean Golden Wall then. And Eternal Empire being the third game. Alright. So that is going to be the map pool that they're playing on. Honestly, a really cool map picks there. I'm a bit surprised overall with the map picks, maybe especially Golden Wall. Ice and Chrome, very often you hear people say that is a map specifically going into the favor for Zerg in the TVZ matchup. But I suppose Bunny's playstyle overall with the big drops and stuff like that, being as aggressive as he is, doing multi-pronged harassments continuously, I'd say big maps also facilitate a lot of capabilities for that kind of play. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Bunny will be able to bring here. As I believe, yeah, Bunny got the first pick here of which map they would play first. So he actually chose to play Ice and Chrome first. And he didn't veto it either, right? So it must mean that he has something planned here, right? Or at least feels comfortable to play on this map. You would have to assume that's going to be the case. Otherwise, he's gone bananas, and we'll have to stop considering Bunny a a good player at some point then. Alright. A loose cannon. Although, you know what, that's probably already a good way to describe Bunny. A loose cannon. Sometimes he just implodes. Sometimes he... You know what? Shoots you down. Let's just keep it to that. Alright, anyway. In the top right side, we have ourselves a red Zerg player fighting for the Jin Green Wings. He is Rogue. And the loose cannon. Will he be able to make a good shot here to get himself out of the group, or will he just implode and fall in on itself? We'll have to wait and see. He's done it before in a best of 3 versus this man. Will he do it again? He is Team NV. That's right, Team NV. He is Bunny. Had to just double check that for a moment. Make sure that he is in fact Team NV. As Bunny will take a command center first. Okay. Going command center first. Not something you see every day anymore. Used to be all the rage, of course. I believe that was in the day and age of Marine King Prime, all the way back from that age, but since then I've not seen it that many times anymore. But it looks like, you know what, on a big map like this, it could be a good call overall. Rogue, of course, also going for the hatchery first. It's going to be a long time before he has any links out and about. And very often you only have 4 links anyway, right? And ready to catch the Reaper in the first couple of moments of the game. It's a bit of a gamble, this here, for Bunny, right? Would be less of a gamble than, for example, for Rogue going for the hatchery first. But, yeah, it looks like he will be able to make this work. And set up the way he was hoping to do on this map for now. There we go, getting that second command center about finished up right now. There's the 4 links, as is per usual. And mostly more drones right now being constructed. So yeah, very, very hard to imagine Bunny being punished here whatsoever. Trying to find some overlords as well, looking for the red balloons over there on the top side. Only a single overlord in the neighborhood though, that is over here. Doesn't see the Marine. It's always already a little bit of a tell as well, seeing the Marine instead of a Reaper right now. So you know you can start moving those links across the map. Okay, 3rd base for Rogue, nice and early. Not extremely early, but you know what? Still a good timing. Properly timed 3rd base here, coming out for Bunny too. Guess that's even earlier than the 3rd base of Rogue. Where will he take this afterwards? We have a attack lab really close to this starport, so we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be switched around. Marine King Prime. Wow, you've been around for a while. Yes, I have. I've just not been casting for that amount of time. I've been keeping up with a lot of stuff. Is it live? Yes, it is. Indeed, it is live. Ata, SC. Right now we have Bunny and Rogue in a lobby together, duking it out for the final spot in the second group stages of this tournament. Rogue's going for a lot of roaches right now. 10 roaches on that production tab. He's fully committed to this attack right here. Bunny doesn't see any drones on that 3rd base. So he should already have a little bit of an inclination that something might be coming up here. He's got himself the fusion core on the way. So I would imagine he's planning to go for battlecruisers after this. I'm very, very happy for him, though, that he did go for a Banshee to start this off with. Seeing these roaches on the way, you know what? I wouldn't mind making more Banshees instead of that battlecruiser. It's just going to be out earlier. Maybe that battlecruiser just is going to be too late, right? Banshee's got a lot of work cut out for him. Needs to get on top of those roaches right now. Before they get too close. Engineering bay being put down, trying to buy as much time as possible for this Banshee to just shoot more of those roaches down. Buying a lot of time here actually with that engineering bay. It's going to go down immediately as soon as all these roaches and ravages get close though, of course. And there will still be a battlecruiser on the menu here. And I'm just hoping that that will not be too little too late. The Hellions, though, the AoE damage here is absolutely amazing. So, a lot of those roaches and a lot of the Ravagers here. Ravagers still light armor, guys. They still take quite a bit of damage from those Hellions. And that got cleaned up rather nicely here. He got 1 worker kill. He got 1 worker kill. Alright, well, I mean, that could be trouble, Rogue. Rogue only now making those spore crawlers. How many queens? There's 4 queens. He's making more though, so hopefully for him he will be able to get that out in time. Battlecruiser, here we go. Probably jumping across right now, or he might fly it. No, okay, there we go. Okay, good, good. Oh, repositioning the spore crawler. Wrong place, the wrong time, I would say. It did look reactionary, so maybe he was planning to do it this way, but who knows. Banshee coming in as well to get some more damage on top of those queens, and most of the queens already dead right now. The Hellions going into the main base, looking for the drones. Hello, Mr. Drones. How many will be going down here? That is already quite a few. Roach is trying to stem the bleeding right there. The Battlecruiser didn't go down. The Battlecruiser did go down, in fact, so a little bit of micromanagement. The Banshee as well. And okay. I mean, only 9 kills there. That's a lot less than I thought it would be. Huh. We're in a pretty equaled out situation. Well, I guess Bunny's still in a good position here, right? If you look overall at the work accounts, it's pretty darn equal. That's not where you want to be as a Zerg. So, most likely, at the moment, yeah, we do have an economic advantage here for Bunny. But losing that Battlecruiser, though, that is a big blow as well. It might provide Rogue with an opportunity to get some counter damage done. It also provides him with an opportunity to get that Spire finished up, right? Before the Battlecruisers really start to roll out of control here. And Bunny going for full on mech, by the way. I haven't mentioned it yet. I'm pretty sure you guys already picked up onto it, but let me just mention it for the people that are not really watching, but also listening to the stream as well. So yeah, Bunny going for full on mech. Hellions, Hellbats, and battle cruisers. All the good stuff right now. Actually, not making any more battle cruisers. Didn't go for the Yamato cannon either. So yeah, sticking to just the 2 initial battle cruisers here. The first of which he already lost, of course. Still trading out reasonably well though with the battle cruiser over here. Cleaning up another queen earlier on and some of the Ravagers. Now transitioning into the battle mech after a couple of initial siege tanks. You want to get yourself a couple of siege tanks whenever you do this as well, of course. Just to ensure that you will not die to some roach attacks, right, with the battle mech. You still need those cyclones as well, though, of course. Can't go for too heavy on the siege tanks, because then very quickly you could just die straight up due to these Mutalisks. Now, let's see, we only have 3 cyclones here, so already this is a bit of trouble. Okay, only gets 2 of the Mutalisks there as well with the cyclones. Losing 2 of the 3 cyclones, that's a big deal. The missile turret not quite up just yet, so taking some extra damage there from the SCVs. Another missile turret is here. Oh, actually Zerglings on that 4th base as well will be able to pick off 13 SCVs in total now in combination with the Mutalisk and the Zergling harassment there. And getting out of that with most of the Mutalisk as well. Losing 3 of them. That is alright for the amount of damage that he's dealt, I'd say. Rogue needs to just reacquire more bases. And get ready for some more quick trading on those Mutalisk. Trying to pick off wherever he can get value. Gain that value. He probably could fight this, actually. Yeah, turning around for a moment, and that actually allows more Cyclones to come in here and provide more damage onto those Mutalisk. And now, taking quite a beating on this Mutalisk numbers. How many did go down there? That is another 6 Mutalisk that did get picked off. That was not as great a trade as we had before there for Rogue. That will allow Bunny to once again sit pretty comfortably in his home base again. Not be too worried about it. Alright. How about picking off 2 siege tanks there for the price of, what was it, 2 or, hold up, 3, 4 Mutalisk. Wait, what's this? Oh boy. Repair! Bunny! Oh, boy. Yeah, you don't expect that. Well, no, wait. He wanted that to happen. Oh, yeah, 2 SCVs blocked up. Okay, I see. That needed to happen. All right. All right. You know what? No mistakes made there by Bunny. Don't you worry, guys. Rogue, on the other hand, I mean... Still on the Mutalisk Marine killing Banelings and Zergling tack right now. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan if this is the mech that is now available for Bunny, right? The Cyclones here and the Thors should be able to make short work of those Mutalisk, and oh my god, so many more of them go down there. 5 more of those Mutalisk just gone by the snip of the Cyclone's hand. How do you call this? It's not a snip, is it? I don't know, but when you like do the thing with your thumb. Ah, well, never mind. Snap. It's a snap. It's not a snip. It's my Dutchness, guys. You have to excuse me sometimes for that. Anyway, Banelings. Oh my dear lord, getting pretty good connections there onto the Cyclones and the Hellbats right now. As we will have this army of the Thor still moving on forwards. They should be able to do quite a bit here still. Those Banelings, I'm not quite certain that they will be enough to clean this up. As long as the Mutalisk especially get controlled appropriately. Okay, that will be enough. Okay, good magic box, but still, the trading here going relatively equal. The problem, though, of course, mech very hard to reinforce now. And Rogue might have an opportunity to, in fact, get some damage done just like that. As we saw the 5th base for Bunny being cancelled there. Actually, it might be the 6th base. As I would call this the 5th base. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The 5th base location-wise, alright? Just call it that. Okay, so the Mutaling Bangling Star still working out there rather nicely. Didn't go too bad there for Rogue, as Rogue now setting up shop for his Hive Tech as well. Will be able to get himself sorted out on a higher tier of units later on in this game. And I would highly doubt that this is going to go anywhere else. Oh my god, the Mutalisk! That is a lot of damage right there. One more Widowmine or one Force shot, and that would have been the end of the Mutalisk, I would say. They would have gone extinct, just like the dinosaurs. The meteor coming from below instead of from above this time around. In the form of a couple of Widowmines there. Wow, Rogue taking a base over here. That is very close to Bunny's base. I would be very surprised if Bunny actually allows this to happen here. But at the same time, this is looking rather difficult. Of course, those Widowmines might be the saving grace, but no, not enough right now. Those Banelings still moving forward. SCV has to be pulled away right now, just barely staying out of the range of those Banelings. And the Banelings just go elsewhere now instead. There is a planetary fortress on the top here, but okay, just goes for this one instead. One-shotting SCVs here. No, actually, he doesn't. He doesn't have the upgrades right now. Needed one more. Right, Bunny. I mean, he's struggling on the supply count, I'd say, right? We're not really seeing him getting close to Rogue right now. That's the more cost-efficient army, but not if you're finding Thors versus Zerglings. That's the opposite of cost efficiency you want to achieve with those mech army units. Moving in on the right side. Rogue just going straight for the jugular, though. Moving across the map here. Intercepting all the reinforcements to ensure this is going to be an easy mop-up right now. Widowmine's getting really good connections, though. The siege tanks as well. Pretty good trade, but ultimately, looking at this, this is, of course, going to end up in Rogue's favor once again. And Bunny right now was trying to start getting aggressive again here. Maybe with a bit too many of his expensive units. Getting caught out of position as well a couple of times here and there. In quite a bit of trouble, I would say. Cleaning up a couple of the drones on the whatever the amount of bases there is right now. That was a rough one. That was a rough trade overall for Bunny, I would say. Slowly falling behind due to the massive amounts of income right now being acquired by Rogue. Having a bazillion amount of bases And still on the Baneling Muta. Being rather cost efficient with them as well, I would say. Right? I mean, 3k extra minerals. Well, not a little bit less than 3k. And more than 2k extra gas lost overall here for Rogue. But with so many more bases available for him, it doesn't seem to matter too much right now. As he will be able to shut down the economy for Bunny even more so right here on this planetary fortress. More of the SCVs go down. Oh wait, he doesn't get the base though. So that's a big boon for Bunny right there. I think the missile turret's actually really helping out there as well. Not allowing those Banelings to really get on top of those SCVs very easily. Very cool to see stuff like that. Tiny stuff building placement wise, but working out rather nicely. And, you know what, making an impact overall in the flow of the game here. Rogue's like, you know what, I'll just bring more stuff next time. I'll just have more Lings, more Banelings, and then we'll get it. But, you know what, Bunny is ready here. So if Rogue just blindly sends these units in, that could be absolute trouble right now. The Banelings, okay. You know what, Banelings from Thor's, they don't do well. How many Banelings just died on this Thor? That was, how many was that? I don't even know exactly. I'm pretty certain that Banelings that blow themselves up, right, by the attack don't show up on the units lost tab. Unless if that was changed, but I'm pretty sure that is not the case. Circlings right here. Once again, showing a bit of aggression, but on the bottom right side, look at this amount of Thors and Hellbats. This is a difficult army to deal with just mainly Banelings and Mutalisks. There are Ultralisks on the way though. The Hellbats being very, very stacked up right now. The splitting of Bunny though, once again showing some lovely stuff right now. Dealing with the circling harassment as well. And dealing with another base that somehow managed to be popped up right here. There's 2 Ultralisks being created here, by the way. Anyway, these Thors, look at that. Killing off the circlings as well. Rogue a little bit too quick on trying to deal with these Thors right now. And Bunny is moving them backwards. I think that's a good call, honestly. You might want to repair these ones and then regroup up with more Hellbats and, well, the Widowmines as well, right? To ensure that you don't just lose your stuff. And, oh, wow, those Hellbats just barely being able to clean up that base. If he keeps Rogue on this amount of bases, this becomes a very, very winnable game for Bunny all of a sudden. He's doing a good job with it, and he's not taking too much damage at home anymore either. Although, I'm saying that, I do see a clump of Mutalisks coming in here, looking for a ton of damage, as well as those Lings after the Mutalisks kind of scouted away. Oh my god, that Thor blocking the pathway! The MVP Thor just for a moment blocking the entrance here, allowing those Hellions to kind of catch up right now. But that's still so much damage coming in right now. The factories go down so incredibly quickly. More Lings jumping on top of the entranceway, trying to ensure more of their friends will nibble on top of those factories for as long as possible. And we have more of the aggression of Rogue as well on the right side right now. Coming in, more attacks as well for Bunny though. He's not letting up the aggression. He is as well moving on forwards. And will attempt to get some bases killed off as well. 3 Lings being hidden there into the main base. Could come into play later on. Here we go. The planetary fortress. This is getting really low right now. It will go down. But most of the Ultras as well do get into a little bit of trouble here. Alright, these Ultras should be picked off by the Thors, but the Lings as well. I'm not quite sure if the Lings get cleaned up by the Hellions in time. And they do not, so the Thors do fall in that situation here. And I think that may be it, guys. That one massive attack here into the main base. Really throwing Bunny for a loop there. Not having the wall remade at his natural. Not having the wall remade at his main base. Or even having a wall over here, right? That's another location where you can build supply depot walls. Just not building those small, tiny mistakes in order to stay more aggressive and more, have a bigger presence out on the map. Probably trying to spend his overall attention elsewhere on the aggression. And now we are in this weird position. Bunny very far behind economically speaking. Doesn't have much of a bank, doesn't have much in the way of production. Still has a pretty reasonable army though, but let's wait and see if this will be enough in order to beat back his opponents, and it will definitely not be. GG is called. Rogue takes game number 1. A well-fought fight there by Bunny, but you know what? The mech play, I don't think Bunny has the mech play. I know he's been doing it more and more often. He's trying to get better with it, but ultimately, I always see Bunny more so as the bio player, and I do think that's where his strengths lie overall. Couple of times in that game as well, right? If you imagine, instead of being stuck with those moving parts, with the Thors, with the siege tanks, with the Hellbats, right? When he's trying to do these maneuvers, it's very reminiscent of how a bio player would move about with like small portions of his army. And Bunny kind of making it look like that as well with mech. But ultimately, the mech forces, as soon as they do get the surround, they're going to be dead. You won't be able to micro backwards trying to gain more value that way. You're just going to have the straight up fights. And if you have those straight up fights, you need to usually have a big portion of your army to ensure that you trade efficiently with the mech. And that's just really difficult to do. He was killing off bases, of course, as well, but so was Rogue, and ultimately Rogue was gaining the upper hand in, well, the maybe not cost efficiency necessarily, right? He probably still lost more resources overall, but he just had more bases than Bunny. And then, like, you're allowed to have a little bit of a disparity in there, but ultimately, yeah, Rogue being cost efficient enough. That's what it comes down to. Game number 2. Game number 2 in this rematch between Bunny and Rogue. Rogue got put down into the loser match by Bunny with a 2-0 fashion. Bunny being able to showcase some wonderful bio play. And then, man, the second time around, the second best of 3, Bunny maybe getting a little bit nervous here. He's playing against Rogue after all, a GSL finalist right now. Current GSL finalist. That is, you know what, overall already quite a tough one, right? Definitely gonna make you sweat in your boots a little bit here, as I would imagine. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have ourselves a red Zerg player fighting for the Jin Green Wings. He is a Rogue. Wait, sorry guys, I need to do the scores like this. There we go. And in the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player. He is none other from Team NV. There you go. Team NV, he is Bunny. About to say Rogue leads within. Yeah. Thanks for calling it out, guys. I appreciate it. I did manage to pick it up myself there. You know what else we could do, actually? We could do it like this. And then... oh, there we go. I could have done that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like some weird thing in my mind where, like, it's on the verge of being OCD to have like the red color on the bottom when somebody's on the right here, and then the top color being the blue one. It's the same one when I always want to have the name of the player that spawned on the top side being on the top of the thing, and then the player on the bottom side being on the bottom of the thing. I don't know why, it's a weird thing I do. I think it just looks nicer, right? It just kind of gives this overall feeling of just how I don't know. And then I guess on this map you might say, but they're both kind of on the same line of things. Well, I mean, then you have to take into account the overall reading style, right? So people read from left to right, at least from where I'm from, so and they read from the top to the bottom, so you would have Bunny in the top and Rogue. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm so obsessed about this. I'm a perfectionist at heart, even when it doesn't matter anything, and nobody ever really sees it at all. One day I'm gonna get a compliment from somebody saying like, wow, Kozen, every time I look at your stream, the names are in the right place. I love it. And I'm going to be like, you're my soulmate. We need to get together sometime. Really standard stuff, by the way, happening here, guys, for these two players. Rogue and Bunny doing the regular stuff. Thank you for the follows as well, by the way, guys. JewelHard69, GGGGG, and Ricky as well. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are having some fun. Third base hit by Bunny on the way as well. So an earlier third base than usual, perhaps, but still within the limits of reason. Wouldn't be surprised to see a tackler being added onto this barracks relatively shortly, and then go for the benches here as well. There it is. All right. So overall, could still go both ways, right? Could still go for the mech play once again. Could still go for the bio play. But yeah, I would love to have these this game at least go into the bio play. Why do they have the birth pillars? I mean, you need to have them. You need to have them for the overlords. It's just a little bit of an extra thing you can do. Oh my dear Lord, Rogue. Wait a moment, guys. I've not been paying attention. It's not regular at all. There's a layer attack right here, and there's a Nidus network on the way, and a ton of roaches right now, as well as a little bit of a blind spot right here for Bunny in the bottom side. He's made a Viking right now. Oh, dear lords. All right, well, this is going to be a short one, perhaps, guys, with the 3 command center builds here for Bunny. This could very well end with a build or the win. And, yep, that is going up. That is going up. What do we have for Bunny here? He has 3 Marines. He has 2 Hellions and a Viking. And he's fighting against 4 Queens. Too many roaches and too many, well, only 4 lings. So I suppose he can kill the 4 lings. But those roaches and those queens, they are definitely going to be quite a disaster here for Bunny. He's having to pull all of his SCVs right now. And already Rogue getting himself in a very, very good position here between the buildings, making this incredibly difficult. That is it, guys. Very unfortunate, but a build order win. Rogue will be able to take the victory here and get himself also into the second group stage. Once again, proving that, you know what, overall, once you are the favorite player, you win the games. You win the games. Man, I was really anticipating Bunny to you know what, get a little bit more traction in this one, but ultimately, you know what, these builds or the wins, they are absolutely devastating when they do occur, and unfortunately, Bunny there taking the short end of the stick. So yeah, that is going to be game number 2, and Rogue being the second player to advance in this one right here, right now. So that is unfortunate, but yeah, Bunny actually checking the replay now as well, probably feeling the hurts, Anyway, GG's all around. And, yeah, that means we're going to go into the second part of this stream, guys, overall. We will be playing a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends ourselves, where, you know what, overall, I'm very excited to see what this is all about. We have ourselves a new sponsor, after all, so I'm very much looking forward to see what we have ourselves. And, yeah, just to be, like, as an esports team, to be sponsored by a actual game, I think that is just one of the better things you can do. And let's see what will be happening here. Of course, I mean, Raid Shadow Legends, a free-to-play, first and foremost. You can get yourself the stuff from the link in the chat. And download it from there if you want to support ITaX overall. We would greatly appreciate it. Join us a little bit with this game, and we'll hit it up. We'll explore it together. The graphics looks pretty darn good. The gameplay is simple and fun. Build a team to claim glory with, well, the 400 champions you can collect and customize. 14 new champions every month as well. Imagine StarCraft 2 adding 14 races every month. It's a little bit different, but anyway. There's a progression reward system, and it's the top 3 RPG game on the mobile with over 15 million downloads right now. So, you know what? People are enjoying themselves rather heavily, and we're gonna have to wait and see what's we're gonna be playing it right now. What are my PC specs? You know what? I'm one of those guys. I built my own PC. I did it myself. I don't know how I did it necessarily. It just kind of happens. And I'm glad that it works. What I put in it though, I always forget. I'm not that much about it, if that makes sense. Well, not about it perhaps, but more so. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm a great PC person, honestly. All right. Let me get this started. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So yeah, my PC specs. I'm pretty sure I have like I could look some stuff of it up actually. I know I have 8 gigabytes of RAM, which we are looking to upgrade. So I can have a little bit of a smoother time here and there with some stuff. All right. Let me see if I'm pretty sure if I go into here right now, we should have us